era niggas just scream out gang gang. My era niggas outside that gang bang. Old enough to know niggas that made it onto gangland. I don't say that to grandstand, I'm just spitting the facts, man. New rappers too busy just making sing-alongs. My raps will have it going savage like the Viacom. You don't want the smoke, homie, then your weed is strong. Good to see me smoke along to that Cheech and Chong. Me and my team, we on the front line. Steady putting in work, homie, it's always crunch time. Hard times produce me, dog. This ain't a movie, it ain't WWE. When I mention the bloodline, homie, I want mine, that's why I move different. Y'all too laxy daisy, I keep myself disciplined. Repetition on repetition, training is rigorous. Only way to survive the streets that's dangerous and vigorous. Behavior villainous, leave no traces of witnesses. Moment of silence for the taking of all our innocence. Now back to business, somewhat of a practitioner, cause there's no shortcuts in life, no pills that make you limitless. That's ridiculous, far set from reality, like dudes that's licorice. Frame of thought is insanity, causing calamity if you actually watching and listening. Hopes and catching L's from the dudes that started visiting. How you missing it? Losing profits and dividends. The way your boys been cooking, they need to give me a Michelin. The bliss is ignorance, they don't like to mention them. They say we don't mention the bodies that's in Lake Michigan. Fucking hypocrites, I separate from the fakes. Run with a pride of lines, identify all the stakes. Hubris as they folly and catch on other mistakes. Matter time before they're just another body that's in the lake. Navigate these troubled waters, won't choose my fate. My vision is too ambition like Alexander the Great. Say there's much on my plate, but I carry my weight. Figuratively and literally, for all those who can relate. I never break, you never get me to fold. You never get me to leave, Chicago is still my home. But I carry my heat, this windy city is cold. Valentine's Day massacre, but was it really Capone? Face blown out of proportion, the different views of contortion. Use best proceed with precaution before you lie dead in a coffin. It's not a threat, that's a promise. Best quit talking your nonsense, your body could end up missing. Got your family claiming we lost them. Can't find them, bad time and he's flatlining. Good riddance, bit a negative to mankind. And I'm like Jack Reacher, the equalizer, John Wick, Jason Bourne, the accountant. Either one, you can take your pick. The damage I could do with my side weapon. John Wick with my P40 Smith & Wesson. Opposition lightweight, so I'm not threatened. I'm just flattered by the hate that they keep sending. It's really easy talk that rah-rah on the internet. There's word to Zayas, I heard y'all ain't got your fingers wet. Go get your cherry pop by that very op. We bustin' real ones, got the heavy guap, you just carry prop. Bunch of these gangsters claim to be hard to the core, but they really not like women that claim to be faithful. But they really thought, act like they down, but when shit goes down, they call the city cops. Same fools think they know a lot, no dilly squad. Tired of all of this fake shit, with fake asses and fake tits. They fake smiles, but fake lips. Picasso looking with their facelift. What I call the good replacement, with the so-called real are the fakest. So the fakest niggas are the greatest. What was common sense no longer makes sense. What was common sense is now rare sense. What was funny then is now flagrant. Living in your thoughts, I don't pay rent. I take my time, you like patience. Then your blood drip on the pavement. With a headshot, got you brainless. After getting hit with that stainless, feel an instinct, call me craving. We going up, shit going down. We lighting them up, you best hit the ground. Shooting them up, run after round. When that blood in the air, you better not dare to come around town. Father, please forgive me, have mercy on my soul. Fools keep trying to test me and I will never fold. It's the way that Wendy raised me, the city of the gold. Load them up and let them go, load them up and let them go, load them up and let them fly.
Woo! You know what it is. It's your boy Il Divino Vega, and this is the Chop Chop. And it's been a minute. It's been a minute. And we're trying to get things in order. We're trying to get things tight and locked down. But it's tough. It's tough. But we gonna make it happen regardless. Either way, we here to top it up about many things today. But obviously, I can't do this by myself. So I brought the homie, the one and only Pin is in the building.
Yo. Shooting them up. Falling down. What's good, my peoples? Mike Il Divino in the building. What's good with you, family? How you feeling today, man?
Feeling good, feeling good.
Oh yeah, it's a good
Especially after
day.
that Cubby win today.
It's a good day, man. It's a really, really good day. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Holy
sir.
Snikes. What a game. What a series.
What a series, I was
What
going
a
to say.
series.
What
All
a
right.
series.
If you guys know, all right, the game one, I stopped watching in the 6th inning when we were down. It was like 10-2, right?
Right.
And I went on a tangent, pinpoint pin zone. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, check out the channel, subscribe, all that good stuff. But I went on a tyrant on Craig Counsell because he gave up on this team. All right. The series before this, we won in a walk-off fashion with Carson Kelly. And then like the next day, that's how they came out. And it's like they gave up. The manager gave up. There should be no reason why your starting pitcher gives up 9 runs in a game. You take them out at 5, right?
Right.
They bounced back, though. They bounced back yesterday, and then they bounced back heavy today, my boy. And it all started off with Shohei Imanaga, my guy. What a performance he had. He had 6 innings pitched, only gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts. Shot 97 pitches, 67 of them were strikeouts. He was lighting them up all day long. 26 pitches, swing and a miss. That's the most in the MLB for one game this season. He was on his stuff today. He gave up a solo home run, the first batter of the game, bro. First batter of the game. Ping, pong, boom. Gives the home run to Shea Turner. And I'm like, come on, Shota. We can't have this, bro. And then he locked in, bro. And it was a great overall game. And my MVP for the game, Nico Horner, bro. He does it again. 1 home run, a career high, 5 RBIs, 2 runs, stolen base. He did everything. He is everything for the Chicago Cubs team. He is currently the best hitter on the Cubs. He's batting over 350 right now. He is slugging it like he's playing MLB The Show on a rookie mode. You feel me? He is just lighting them up at will. And some little tips to the cap today as well, too. Matt Shaw, 3 for 4, 3 doubles, 3 RBIs. Every time he got on base, he scored. And then Dansby Swanson launched a massive home run when the game was already over. He said, "Shaka Tavaz," and he gave him 1 more shot. He was 3 for 5, 2 RBIs, had a massive home run. Cubs win 11-2. Cubs win. Cubs win. The Cubs win. Go Cubs, go. Go Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago,
what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today.
Come on, man.
Come on,
Electric series, a great bounce back. We have the day off tomorrow, and then the Mets come into town. I might have to take a stop at Wrigley over the weekend to see the New York Mets and the Cubs play. I'm just saying, you might get a little live stream from Wrigley over the weekend, so make sure y'all stay tuned and locked in, bro. But it was a great day, great game, fun atmosphere. And I said it in the beginning of the series before it even started. This is a hitter's park, and the Cubs, after game 1, did not disappoint, man. Big wins for Chicago. We staying up. Philly's going down, baby.
He's staying up. Philly is going down, and I forgot to do this. Cubs W.
It's all good. We had the images. You feel me? We had the
images. This is street level productions. You feel me? Street level productions.
Hey, you might have something there. You might have right. You know what I mean?
But overall, though, good W for the Chicago Cubs, and like you said, they got the Mets coming up. How you feeling about that series?
It should be a fun series overall, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. It should be a fun series. Excuse me. It's April though. April baseball is completely different from May, June, all the way to September. Everyone's trying to figure it out right now, right? You're gonna have monster games. You're gonna have bad games. So it's still early on the year. Just compete. That's all we're looking for right now. Win or lose, just compete. Find your rhythm before May hits. And then when May hits, it's time to take over and get these winning streaks. This is only the second time they won 2 games in a row this year.
Right.
So let's get a 3-game winning streak for the first time. Starting what, Friday? Let's get that going. And let's start building momentum for the season. This is where things are going to start kicking in for the regular season. But April baseball, there's no time to panic. Yes, you can be upset by performances or whatnot.
Of
It's
course.
not a time to panic. It's not a time to freak out or anything like that. It's a long 162 game season. So I'm expecting the Cubs to compete for the people in Wrigley because we always show out. We always stunt. We always buy $15 beers. We always show our love for the team. So the least they can do is win this series, and let's get on a 3-game win streak and win game 1. We have Cabrera going to be pitching for the Cubs in game 1, and whenever he's on the mound, there's a good chance of us winning.
I like that. All right, so that's Chicago sports. That's Chicago Cubs. Let's talk about the Bears right now. There's some new I guess you could say information out there right now about the Bears Stadium. Why don't you go ahead and touch on what you've come across? I'm sure it's the same thing I've come across, but on your end, go ahead and tell me how you see it on your end.
Yeah, WGN reported the stadium decision for the legislators is drawing near, and it looks like the Democrats are really trying to push the Bears away. You know, they cannot come up with an agreement. They want to stick up to the rich folks and the billionaires, and they're trying to make this thing for Pritchard when he becomes president. I'm the one who fought the billionaires, like Donald Trump. Woo. That's going to be his play for him to try to run presidency. It's not going to work, by the way. But ironically, there is a Republican, the mayor of Rosemont. The decision may fall to him to decide if the Cubs are going to stay or going to go. The mayor of Rosemont wants the Cubs in Arlington Heights, and he's going to do whatever he can in order for the Bears to stay in Arlington Heights. My bad about saying the Cubs. We just talked about them. So pretty much the votes are drawing near, and it's very tight. And the Republicans want the Bears to stay, and the Democrats keep playing great games. Notice I said Democrats. You feel me? I'm just sick and tired of their games that they're playing. It ain't going like I just hate it. I just hate the corruption of Illinois and how this state. And I can't believe how people like they love this guy. Like it's like, man, are you blind? You're blind. You don't know anything. You're just reading like images on Facebook, and you're not getting the cold hard facts. That's where we come in. We're with the cold hard facts. So it looks like there is a chance that the Bears, are gonna be in Arlington Heights. It may come down to the mayor of Rosemont and his vote, but if they keep messing around, coming the mid-May, Bears might be going to Indiana.
Right, because come mid-May is when that they're talking about the votes finally coming in.
Yep.
For that pilot bill, right?
And Indiana's just chilling and waiting. Indiana's like, they just like, hey, whenever y'all ready, right? We got everything voted, we got everything finished, complete. All the dotted T's and periods and exclamations are all set in stone. It's just whenever you want to start shoveling the area, that whenever you want shovels to the ground, we're ready for you. But that's saying a lot for the Bears as well too, because they could have just accepted it and moved and already started building this stadium, but they want to stay in Illinois. Their preference is Arlington Heights. So even though Illinois is messing around so much, the Bears are staying committed to Illinois because of the history, because of the fans, and they want it there. But at the end of the day, they're like, look, deadline's running out. We're getting tired of this game you're playing. If you don't want us here, say less. We're out of here. But we're giving you one last chance, one last month to lock in. If you don't want to lock in, we're just going to start the shovels in the ground in Hammond, and they're ready to go. Hammond is ready to go.
Ready.
They're ready to go. Everything is ready to go in Hammond, Indiana. So we'll see if Illinois still wants to play these dumb games.
Here's this crazy part is what I just came across right now. Not right now. Today, as I was looking into it, there's another aspect of this. It's not as concrete or as solid as I guess the Arlington Heights or Hammond. I guess you could say situation in the like those are the more concrete, future for the stadium. But I came across this one, which I thought was pretty interesting, and that's that there's an architectural firm, Edward Peck Design, recently floated a fresh proposal to keep the team at Soldier Field by transforming it with the transparent roof, capacity up to about 72,000 more people, and an added entertainment district. Entertainment district along the lakefront. Now, that's not as concrete.
It's not
But
happening.
what do you think about that? Let's just say
It's not happening.
in a world that it could be possible. Let's just say that, because we know it's not happening.
Yeah.
But in a world that it is possible, do we still like the idea of would we still prefer the Arlington Heights route, contrary to that route?
Give me the $7 billion stadium over the $660 million stadium they proposed. All right. Chicago's out of the question. They're done. It's over. It's over for Chicago.
We know that. We know that.
They're still going to renovate Soldier Field eventually. All right. That's inevitable. They're gonna do it so they can have events and whatnot. They're gonna do it. Their budget is $660 million. Right. That's cool for a soccer field. That's cool for an NBA stadium. But if you're talking about a state-of-the-art football stadium where you're trying to have seats for over 50,000 people, there's no room in Chicago for it. Like, that's cool. Where are you gonna park at? I've seen the pictures. I've seen what they're doing, and yet they still haven't shown me the parking lots. All right, because there's no room for it. All right, there's no room for it. You can say I'm gonna make this all you want, but traffic is traffic at the end of the day, and Chicago is full, and they had the opportunity and they blew it. And the Chicago Bears are done completely in Chicago. There is no more. So what they can do is upgrade their park district so they can continuously have events near the lakefront, because now they're going to have competition with the Bears Stadium if they land in Arlington Heights. And that's something they're trying to avoid. And this is why they're doing that. They could have done this 10 years ago. They could have done this 5 years ago. But now that the Bears left, now they want to. Now they're like, okay, please, like, they're trying everything. It's too late now. You guys fumbled the bag. It's done.
No, for sure.
And you don't have room.
Again, keep in mind, the question I'm asking isn't necessarily do I see it happening, because I don't. Right. Yeah. I think, again, even fiscally and logistically,
it's happening. It's going to happen eventually.
No, true. But just in reference to the Bears is what I mean. Let's just say, like, again, if we're talking about, again, the question is in a hypothetical, not like if it's going to happen or not. Again, it makes no sense that the Bears, if they find an opening for Arlington Heights, that they wouldn't do it, seeing that they would own that, right?
Yeah, right.
So it's a no-brainer. But again, in a world of again, hypotheticals, what if it could be this? Would we prefer the Arlington Heights route over a renovated Chicago field, or Soldier Field Stadium?
Yeah,
more seating, more parking.
I prefer Arlington Heights still, on the fact because they're making it a Bears town. So Chicago, it's still going to be Chicago at the end of the day, because Chicago is bigger than one sports team, right?
And when I'm back in Chicago, I feel it.
Yeah. So look, it's cool, but I still prefer Arlington Heights, because of not only the $5 billion more that's going into it, it's the town they're building. It's going to be a Bears city, all right, completely Bear city, with Bear hotels, with Bear restaurants. It's going to be like how Wrigleyville is for the Cubs on the north side, but 10 times bigger for the Chicago Bears.
Right, but see, that's essentially what that architectural firm is essentially also saying, right? They want to create a entertainment district surrounding the stadium.
They could do that, but it's not gonna, I prefer Arlington Heights, to answer your question, because how much bigger it's gonna be than what Chicago can bring.
Right. You can only work with what you already got.
Yep. Also, I'm also thinking about traffic too. I would hate to go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like,
yeah, no traffic going into downtown sucks.
but Pace, my boy, is about to make a fortune
But
when
think
they do
about
it. You
this
know
though,
what I mean? And the
Pace.
trains, the red lines, bro, they're about to make
Hey, hold on,
a
dog.
fortune,
Pace is gonna
dog.
have to up their game if that's the case,
They
bro. Because
have to.
gee
They have
Louise,
to. We
waiting
need
on
new
a
buses,
pace bus.
boys. We need new
Waiting on the
buses.
pace bus, though. They take their pace. You know what I'm saying? They pace it out
Hey, they
pretty
need to call
slow.
Elon Musk, my boy. He need to figure that one out for them, bro.
Nah, I swear. Because no, you're talking about traffic though. Think about this.
Yeah.
I mean, although you have the 355, yeah, maybe it would have been because I guess the thing about downtown is traffic sucks either way, but at least you still have the choice between either the I-90 or the 290.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Depending where you're coming from, or maybe you're coming from, whatever, the other side of I-90.
Yeah.
South I-90 heading north, whatever. Where it seems like if it would be in Arlington, you only have one highway, two if you're taking the 355 that turns into the 290. But I would think traffic's going to be a lot crazier come those game days heading towards Arlington.
They're still figuring out the complete works of how to build, because they might build a little expressway for that as well too. So they already got that planned out. They've talked about it. Kevin Warren has talked about it. They're trying to find the infrastructure and the street structure of how to make it accessible for everybody once the construction is fully complete.
Okay, that's nice.
So they're working on it in Arlington Heights. They're gonna add more. They're gonna add more exits. They're gonna add more stuff where it's so they thought of everything. It's just quit playing games with my heart. You know what I'm saying? Nah. That's just what it is right now, bro.
Well, we'll see what happens again. Like we said, starting it off is that it looks like it's coming down to this Rosemont mayor.
Yep.
And we'll find out more late May what's actually going to happen going forward.
Yeah.
But I'm in agreement with you overall. I think we're looking at a future in Arlington Heights. That's what the Bears want. I think fully they're using this Hammond as leverage. I think as we said every other time is that's just leverage.
Yeah.
When it comes
they made
to
it clear they want Arlington Heights as their home,
right? Because again, that Hammond deal is a nice deal. It's a nice deal that if they really wanted it, it's not a bad deal.
Yeah,
but clearly
they're gonna have to pay it back.
All right,
yeah,
I mean,
regardless, they're gonna have to pay it back, but they'll have to pay back a little less in Arlington Heights because Hammond said they're gonna pay for it all up front.
That's right.
And so the bill is going to be a little bit higher with that. It's like getting a car. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to put a down payment. You're going to have to, just don't do the 82 months. Don't fall for that trap. You know what I mean? Like, if you got to, go 60. But if you could go lower, please put the down payment on. And that's what they're trying to do in Arlington Heights. They want to put the down payment. They say they want to put $2 billion in it. And Hammond, Indiana's like, nah, we're good. We'll tax the people. We'll make it work out for them.
And that's why I said, it's a nice deal. That's why I'm saying
it's
like,
a good
deal is a really good deal.
It's a nice deal.
The fact that the Bears haven't jumped on it just tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's that. Bro, did you catch any of the NBA games yesterday?
Come on, man. Who you talking to, my guy? Of course I did, man. This is where the NBA is at its finest, my guy. Complete finest. Here, let's put us there's nowhere to go. I got you. Stand by. Oh god. Here, it'll be weird right now, but stand by. Stand by. Okay, we can talk about a little bit right here for a second. I just want to know the teams and stuff like that real quick.
That's right.
but hey, man, when the NBA is in playoff mode, man, it's hard to compete with basketball, right?
Yeah.
The only sport that can compete with that is NFL. Keep it a buck with you. And I'm not even gonna go into soccer. You could say soccer, hockey. Don't forget hockey. You got the diehard hockey fans. I get you guys. Hockey's awesome in the playoffs too. But for me personally, NBA basketball ain't nothing better, my boy. And we saw a glimpse of that yesterday, bro. The Portland Trail Blazers. They took care of the Phoenix Suns. They were down 11 points with 5 minutes left in the game, and they still brought it back and got it together, got
Yep.
the win in a very fun matchup. And the Hornets, they defeat the Miami Heat, bro, because of some nonsense by LaMelo Ball. Let's keep it a buck. He
Right.
tripped Bam Adebayo. I don't know if you saw the highlight, but he tripped Bam, and Bam was out for the rest of the game because of that. He fell, and Bam was like a little bit behind him, and he grabbed his ankle and lifted up, bro, and the refs didn't see it. LaMelo Ball should have been kicked out of the game for that.
Yeah,
and they didn't see it, bro. And they won the game, though, and it was good to see Kobe White hit a big-time shot in the fourth quarter.
Always good
and,
to see Kobe White.
Man, good. It's good to see. It's good to see old Bulls. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. But, hey, man, Hornets won. Trailblazers won. We got some games going on right now as we speak, bro. And NBA basketball is back. It's fun. It's exciting. It's everything you want, man. Right now, the Clippers are up. With 6 minutes left in the second quarter. They're beating the Warriors 43-38. Winner go home. You know what I mean? So it's been fun. Now. 42. Okay, well, they're getting close to do it. ESPN's a little behind. That's weird. And then the 76ers, they beat the Orlando Magic, bro. That's a big surprise. That's an upset right there.
That was an upset.
I'm shocked that Orlando, they didn't make the actual playoffs because of the injuries with Tatum and the New York Knicks. We didn't know without Tom Thibodeau how they were going to be. Right. This was the opportunity for Orlando. You got to remember, they traded with the Grizzlies. They traded 3 first-round draft picks to get Desmond Bane. Yeah. Just to be a playing team is kind of crazy. So Orlando, if they don't make it here, bro, they're going to make the playoffs regardless because or not anymore. They got to win this next game. But
I was going to say they got to win the next one.
Yeah, they got to win the next one. But I feel like they're still going to make the playoffs, but they need to lock in because if they don't make the playoffs here, bro, it's going to be tough to build when you don't have draft picks no more. And because of the Portland Trailblazers winning, the Chicago Bulls, we got 2 first-round draft picks now because of the Portland Trailblazers, man.
Thank you to the basketball guy.
Very, very happy, man. I ain't gonna lie. That makes me tickle my pickle, my boy. That is like, hey, man. Big shout out to what's this guy's name? Denny Avdija.
Yeah, I don't know how to
42 points. He was top 15 in scoring, top 15 in assists this season.
That's right.
The Bulls were going to draft him, and they decided not to draft him because they wanted someone named Jalen Terry. Typical Bulls, man. And we could have had him on our team, and they decided not to. He averaged 31.7 points per game. They're actually playing San Antonio on the 7th seed. He averaged 32 points a game, 8 assists against San Antonio during the year. Should be a fun series, but they don't have enough to beat Wembanyama. But it's nice that Portland made the playoffs. The Lauri Markkanen trade is officially complete. We get our second first-round draft pick. It doesn't turn into a second-rounder. We get our first-round draft pick. And this is the perfect draft class to have 2 first-rounders to rebuild this organization. We're going to have the most money as well, too, in the offseason when it comes to salary cap. So hopefully some free agents can come out here and we can build this the right way this time. But first we need to find a GM. But man, playoff basketball at its finest. It's good to be back because this is how I wish basketball was played like this all year round.
It
used to be this way. It used to be this way. Right? Yes. Games for first place used to matter. Now no one really cares about first place games.
Nobody really
These guys don't take it seriously. So the season of the NBA it's a dud. But now, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like this is why we like basketball. This is why we do what we do, man.
Yes.
And it's a good time, bro. It's a good time.
No, for sure. And look, I'll be honest. My prediction stands strong as they did the last time we talked about this. I really have a happy feeling it's going to be Celtics and Spurs in the finals. Truthfully, that's where I'm at with it.
I think I'm there with you, bro. Now that Tatum's in form, shout out to Jason Tatum. I can't say
shout out to Jason Tatum though. He's
say it enough,
back from that injury
on the quicks. Lillard's still not back. Halliburton's still not back. Halliburton had the shingles, bro. Face shingles,
bro. Dog. What's going on? I thought we were past the shingles.
My brother-in-law got shingles, bro. Like agony, bro.
What is happening?
Oh my
It's like a
god.
shingle pandemic happening around us,
It's
huh?
nuts, bro. It's I prayed, Lord, please.
Mm-mm.
Please lay your hands, your angels surround
Yes.
us so we don't get no shingles, man.
Don't need no shingles,
Because
man.
it sounds horrible, right?
Oh,
What my brother-in-law was telling me about the shingles, it sounds brutal. And even Halliburton, what he's talking about, his medication that he's take made him gain weight. I can't gain no more weight. All right. I've been trying to lose weight. I'm getting back
yeah,
in the
I'm gonna say,
gym.
dude,
I'm
I'm on the
feeling a little
losing
bit
weight, bro.
stronger. You know
I'm
what I
on
mean?
the
Like,
losing weight bandwagon. I
yeah,
can't
I'm
gain
not
this
trying to
weight,
take
dog.
no medicine to gain weight again and lose everything that I worked for. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but it looks like the Celtics and Spurs are going to be my pick as well too, and
Nice.
I am really excited for that matchup if it happens. Even the
Yeah.
Pistons, bro, because the Pistons are don't
Oh yeah, yeah.
sleep
No, I
on
mean,
them.
look, if it's the Pistons and the Spurs, and look, because again, for me personally, it's Spurs all the way. Like
Yeah,
we
me too.
talked about this the last
Yeah,
time. I
yeah.
still don't see no different.
I stand
Honestly,
on business. I
I
stand on
stand
it.
on business.
Yeah,
It's gonna be the Spurs.
yeah.
We're gonna be speaking about Wemby for years to come now.
Oh yeah.
It just is what it is. Like anybody who doesn't see that, like I don't know what you're smoking. I don't know what you're drinking. You're definitely not drinking what I'm drinking. But it's Spurs, it's Wemby.
Yeah.
That's the future.
Futures
And
now,
look,
baby.
from a Celtics fan, I'd like to see the Celtics make it, or
Yeah.
like all the way and win the chip. But I'll be honest, I just don't see none stopping the Spurs. Like come playoff, right, like, dude.
Everyone
Wemby
eats
playoff,
there,
come
bro.
on.
Everyone eats and like we always talk about Wemby for good reason,
That's right.
but everybody on that team eats.
And
Everyone
everybody on that team eats.
scores.
That's right. I'm talking about Wemby as far as the
Man,
GOAT is
yeah,
concerned.
yeah.
That topic, him being the most
Mhm.
recognized player for years to come.
Yeah,
But no, we're talking about everybody on the Spurs eats for sure,
yeah.
for sure.
That's a strong team, and they're gonna
Strong,
be
solid team, dog.
they match up perfectly versus the Thunder, bro. And
Yeah.
we can't count out the Thunder. The Thunder are still
No,
gonna
yeah. It's not to
they're
count them
still
out
gonna
either. You're
boom.
right.
You know what I'm saying? They're still
You're
gonna
right.
storm. But man, this Spurs team they're very fun to watch, bro. They're very fun to watch. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys that average more than 10 points a game for the San
Right.
Antonio Spurs. You and with Wemby leading the way. And this team plays perfect team basketball. They found their Spur flow like
Right.
they did with Tony Parker, like they did with Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili, Bruce
Right.
Bowen, and all everybody else that went there. They found that type of rhythm, and they're going to be a tough matchup no matter what. Wemby's a cheat code, and having him, he's going to average like almost 40 a game. That's how I feel during the
Oh no.
playoffs.
I agree.
He's going to
There's
take
just no
over.
way. There's just no way.
Yeah.
There's just no way. There's
Yeah,
just no
bro.
way.
But there's going to be some good matchups. I'm interested in Lakers Rockets. I know Luka's out, Reeves is out indefinitely. Hey, that's Jason. Spurs are a very good team. They thrive playing team ball 100%. They are exactly
100%.
what you want to see in basketball, man.
Right.
And they've always been like that. That's the crazy part. Like
Yeah,
I remember like back in the day,
that's their
people were like, the Spurs are boring. And I'm like, what, bro? Like, not to me.
That's insane,
That's
right? I must
pure
say,
basketball right there,
it
bro.
doesn't get more technical
Yeah,
than the
man.
Spurs.
And they
It
play that
doesn't get more
same style
technical.
of basketball. It just looks a little different with Wemby on the court because he's the one that has the rock and is in control most of the time.
Right.
But man, this Spurs team is so fun to watch still. They're even funner than they were back in the 2000s. And I am looking forward to see how they play come playoff time because they're a young team. But De'Aaron Fox, he said they don't care that we're young. The young guys on our team don't care that they're young. That don't mean nothing.
That means
They
nothing,
know
man.
what to do, and
Right.
they know the type of basketball that brings a winning organization, and that's
Right.
what they're going to fulfill this year. And I believe them. I believed every word.
No, for sure. And even like even without Pop, man. And here's the thing, even without him, they're still playing that same style. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't. They're it's just slightly renovated. You know what I mean? Like slightly.
You still got the same coaching staff and the same people who run the organization that when Pop was there. That's why it doesn't look different. Pop is a great coach, and he won all the championships because of it. But that system stayed, and you can see it now. You can see it now, man. And yeah, Spurs, They're gonna be fun to watch in the playoffs. But going back to it, man, Lakers Rockets gonna be interesting. I think the Rockets are gonna win this one
Right.
because Luka's out indefinitely, and also Austin Reeves is out indefinitely. But it's gonna it sucks, but the Rockets are a very good team as well too. The Nuggets, you can't sleep on them. Everyone always sleeps on the Nuggets, and they're always there. They got them dogs there, man. The Thunder, defending champions 2 years in a row, winning the Western Conference 3 years in a row. Only the Golden State Warriors have done that in like the past 15, 20 years, bro. There's not a lot of teams that's even done that before. And it's looking like a very interesting, very fun playoff coming about, man. I'm looking forward to all the matchups, bro.
Hell yeah. No,
I like it.
I'm here for it.
I like it a lot.
Hey, I'm here for it.
Man.
Oh man. Just said no, Braun and Bronny. Oh man.
Just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I like the Lakers are my team now until the Bulls figure it out. All right. So I'm rooting for the Lakers, but I'm realistic as well too. I'm realistic as well too with it though. That's the thing about me. I'm realistic. The Lakers don't have enough depth on the bench.
They just don't.
And not having Luka and Austin Reeves, like if you want to beat the Rockets, you need them. And if they don't have them, they have no chance. They may win 1 or 2 games, but they need the true
I'll
MVP.
give them 1 game. I'm not even going to give them 2. If I'll be honest with you, brother.
I feel 2's a stretch. 2's a stretch.
Don't be honest.
2's a stretch. 2 is a stretch. I just don't like Stephen A. Smith was like, Lakers gonna get swept. I don't think put some respect.
Yeah,
on
I mean, don't get me wrong. They could.
No.
But
They ain't going
I'm
that
gonna give
way.
them at least 1.
Look, you remember the Bulls when they had Ben Gordon and that squad? You know what I'm saying? You remember that?
Yeah.
They were always like 4th seed, 5th seed, 6th seed. They weren't getting
but that was
swept,
something
bro.
special though. You feel me? That was something different.
What was different about that team? Ben Gordon?
Hold on.
I'm not talking
about like the Gordon, the Heinrichs, the man, I don't even remember the rest of the players.
You don't even remember. So what's so special about it? What's so special about it, my boy?
I'm gonna tell you, but it really was that good. I'm gonna tell you this much:
they were never better than
the 2 players I mentioned were the top players. Period.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But it's crazy because a lot of us forget, like, Gordon really was good when he was with the Bulls.
Oh, he was, yeah.
He was like really solid.
100%.
To the point, and here's the thing. I'm about to say it's kind of crazy. Like, it's not that I exactly endorse this, but just keep in mind there were games. This is how good Gordon was, and not that I agree with this statement, but again, I think it's just more of a testament to how great of a player he was. That in the games you'd have signs that said Gordon, Jordan, what's the difference? Because they felt Gordon really had that like commanding presence for the team. Now, are they the same player? Hell no.
He didn't.
But was he a great player at the time for the Bulls? And then Heinrich, the addition, same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Captain Kirk, you know what I'm saying? So it was a dynamic. And then all I'm saying is that team was its own thing. I don't know if you know what I'm saying? Like it's, and I know the point you're making. You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Well, I didn't even finish my point. Let me finish. I'll tell you what the point was at the end of the day. I say that because the Lakers are now the 4th seed. They have better players than what they have. Superstars. They don't have just because Ben Gordon, I wouldn't consider him great. Right. He was a great shooter, but I wouldn't consider him great overall. He sucked at defense. He sucked at passing the ball. His handles weren't. It was inconsistent. Solid handles.
I was saying, he had some pretty nasty plays, but you're right.
He also had nasty turnovers. That's why I say what I say.
Yeah.
But Luka, he's a superstar. He should have been the MVP this year. You know what I'm saying? LeBron James, he's a superstar. Even that he's 42 years old, he's a superstar. Austin Reeves, he's a star, about to be a superstar. He's on his way on that trajectory. But I know 4 seeds who have solid players all so well here from Chicago, and this Laker team reminds me of that. Is why I brought it up. And they're not a team that's like, we always got bounced in the first and second round. You know what I'm saying?
No,
But we
true. But check
never.
this out. Hold
Wait,
on,
wait, wait, wait. There's the point.
Okay.
They never got swept. The Bulls never got swept.
That's true.
And
That's true.
I don't
That's
see the Lakers losing 4 straight to Houston when they have so many streaky shooters over there.
Okay, hold on.
They're getting at least one. They're getting at least
right.
one.
That's where I stand. I think at least one, but
Minimum.
I'm not.
Minimum one.
I
Minimum.
feel like there could be a sweep though, because I'll let you answer this. Tell me who's on the Rockets that you feel is not good enough to just supersede the Lakers in every game.
I mean, they're streaky shooters. The whole team all year, they've been streaky. You have your good games, you have your bad games. And to win 4 straight games in the NBA, especially when it comes playoff time, that is almost impossible to do. Just ask the Oklahoma City Thunder last year. That's hard
100%.
to do. You know what I'm saying?
No,
especially
100%.
when everyone's playing at this elite level and everyone's trying on the defensive side of the ball. Everyone's trying on the offensive side of the ball. That's why I say the Lakers are going to get one, 100%.
Yeah,
they're going to get one. At
So
least one. You know what I'm saying? But they will not get swept. They're too good.
No, yeah. I
and they're
look,
too good of a team
personally,
to
again,
get swept.
I stand on the one game. That's all I'm gonna give them.
Yeah.
Again, just I guess I'm just trying to offer Stephen A. Smith some grace.
No grace for me. Oh, that dude sucked. I don't care. He is a troll and a half,
right.
bro.
He is a troll for
He's
sure.
a troll and a half, bro. And he thinks he knows ball. He just knows people that play ball. That's all he got. He don't know ball.
No, look.
He don't know ball.
Yeah. He's not a look.
You don't know ball.
He's good at what he's good at, right? And it's that the way I always view Stephen A. Smith is like, you're not necessarily the most intelligible guy when it comes to a specific sport, but he knows how to talk. He knows how to bring up some good points. Yeah. He knows how to bring up good conversations.
Yep.
And that's all good assets to have, especially in the field he's in. But like, if I think you're the go-to guy for me to get some sort of like credible, like, what do you think is going to happen? You're not the guy I'm really going to for that.
That's why Stephen A. said the Lakers are going to get swept. Bet the opposite. Right?
Hold on. But what if they do get swept?
And bet the opposite.
If they get swept, we got to come back on here, and you got to give Stephen A. his flowers.
I got you. I have no problem doing that, but I ain't gonna do it. I don't need to do it. I don't need to do it because I know I've seen a lot of Lakers basketball to know. Oh, we press the same button at the same time. I've seen a lot of Laker basketball to know this team is not a bad basketball team. Put some respect on this 50+ win team. Even when Luka was 100%. Even when Luka was out a few games, they still play hard. They still play tenacious defense, and that defense is going to hold them accountable and get them and shoot them into games. And LeBron James, my boy, 42 years old, still averaging almost 25 a game. He's going to do his thing in the playoffs because he's been here before. This is the first time for the Rockets with KD in them, bro. This is they're getting their feet wet. Hey, maturity matters in the NBA, which is why I even though I said the Spurs are going to win, it's still going to be really hard, all right? Especially when they go up against the Nuggets in the second round.
Right. No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right on that. Again, that's why I personally said I'm gonna give them one. I'll give them one.
Don't even consider a sweep. You feel me?
No, I wasn't.
Don't even consider.
I just thought it was funny, to just like, hey, he might be onto something that we don't know. You know what I mean?
Nah, he don't know. He's just trying to get clickbait, bro. He's just trying to get clicks. That's all he does. He's just trying to get clicks. This YouTube realm is my world, baby. My world, baby.
All right,
I just feel like I feel like the Lakers are just too good. You can't sweep a 50-win team, even if they are down 2 stars, bro. That team is good. That team is good, and they have a lot of shooters, and they play really good defense. That's going to hold them. They're going to get at least one.
No, they will.
They're going to get at least one. They're not going to get swept. And if they do get swept, bro, I'll do a punishment. All right? That's how confident I am. All right? You could name the punishment, whatever. All right? Name the punishment. I'll do it. All right?
Right.
I'll eat 5 atomic tenders, bro, from Wingstop. That's how confident I feel. You feel me? That's how I feel.
That's
how I feel, bro. That's
all right. All right. Hey, I'll hold you to it.
Mango habanero.
There you go. I mean, damn, put some flavor on it at least.
Yeah. Mango habanero. Look, give me some flavor with it. Give me at least a little flavor with it. I'll do that with ease though, baby.
Right. Oh no, yeah, I love me some mango habanero for sure. But all right, man. I agree with that. Yeah, I think it's gonna be again Celtics and Spurs finals. Spurs
100%.
take it.
Yep.
Game 6.
Ooh,
that's where I stand.
Okay, I like it.
Game 6.
I'm gonna agree with you.
I'd like to see Game 7. That would be a good series to watch.
Yeah.
But I'll give it to them in Game 6.
You know what? I'll be different and say sweep. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'll say if Spurs and Celtics meet, bro.
Yeah.
I say that'll go 7 games. If it's the Spurs and Detroit, I say the Spurs win in 6. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Just to put some respect on Boston too.
No, you're right. You're right. Look, hey, this is coming from a Boston fan. I guess I'm just, man, it's just hard to see. I mean, dude, the Spurs, man, it's insane.
Yeah. It's gonna be. They have a tough road ahead of them.
They do.
They have a tough road ahead of them. It's gonna be even when they play the Blazers. It's gonna be tough, bro.
Oh yeah.
But they should win in 5. And the only trouble I really see outside of Thunder is that Nuggets team, bro, with Joker. That's gonna be. Yeah. We're gonna find out what Wemby's really about in that series, bro. Find out what he's really about. That's gonna be a fun 7-game series right there, bro.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, let's move on to some other things. We just actually before we get into the fights that just occurred, let's talk about some fights that are coming, right? Or no, you know what? No. Let's talk about the fight that just occurred. We'll start there. But let's talk about that MVP Netflix boxing / MMA. I like what they're doing. Yeah, I personally like what they're doing.
It's a good card.
It's it was a really good card, and it's a good card that's come with that MMA stuff.
Yeah.
Although I will say, like, it is interesting to see people have their takes, I guess, on the fights that just happened this weekend with Fury and I can't even.
Look, those fights were pretty boring, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, even the Conor Benn fight, the co-main event, it was boring.
Yeah,
it was boring.
You feel it was that boring though?
Yeah, I do. I expect.
Or is it is there an expectancy for knockouts from these guys? You get what I'm saying? Like,
not from Tyson Fury. I just hope there would be more fight in these guys that they fought, and we didn't get that. Like, they just got obliterated in that ring. They got destroyed. It's like they were in a different league, and unfortunately, with Conor Benn, his opponent was injured. He had a head injury, he had a knee injury, he had an elbow injury, and a few other things that he didn't disclose about. And it looked like in the fight, and he got beat up for 10 rounds. You know what I mean? And in the Tyson Fury fight, it looked like a tune-up so he could get ready for Anthony Joshua. And he went for the knockout. Tyson Fury went for the knockout. You know what I mean? They were telling him in the corner that uppercut is open every single time. All 3 minutes of every round. So hit him in the body and go straight for that uppercut. But shout out to because that dude right there got a chin on him, and he's a big boy. But there was he wasn't even punching back, bro. He was a punching bag in the ring.
Makhmudov. I'm gonna take an attempt. Makhmudov.
I'll get your name right when you impress me in the ring. You feel me? That's how I feel. That's how I feel, bro. I just thought it was a snooze fest, bro. It was just dominance on both the main event
look,
and the
Fury for sure dominated. There's no doubt about that. Like, it
was pure dominance, bro.
Yeah, pure dominance. The same thing with Conor Benn. He for sure dominated this fight. I feel like people were looking for a knockout more from Conor Benn than they were Tyson Fury.
Should have knocked him out, bro. Real talk. Yeah. And he let go of the gas. And I hate
to say that. Regis said, like, yo, he felt it. He felt Conor Benn's power.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Conor
we
Ben should
all know
knock him out.
Conor Ben got power.
He does. And I'm interested. I want to see Conor Ben versus Ryan Garcia. That's what I want next.
That's the fight, right?
Yeah.
That's the fight right there that I think we're all waiting for. Yeah, I agree. Look, I don't know. I don't want to say the fights were boring, but yeah, I don't think it lived up to the hype. You know what I mean? Like
I say boring because it was like I was watching the fighters train on a punching bag. They weren't even throwing back. They weren't even throwing back, bro. Look at the tally of all the punches landed and the punches thrown, bro. It was like over 100. You know what I mean? Like
right.
It was like they were just punching back. They were just there like this. They were so overwhelmed. Oh God! Yeah, like they forgot to throw. And I get it when the lights are big, and you're at a stage like that. You know, not everyone can handle that pressure, and obviously those two could not.
Right. But that being said, shout out to Fury. You think he's gonna get that Anthony Joshua fight?
Yes, I think that's the only fight. All right, I know Wilder fought last weekend or 2 weekends ago too, and Anthony Joshua was there.
Right.
And but come on, man. Like
just
Wilder, bro. You know what I mean? Like
Wilder's Wilder, and
he gonna get good. He always has a punching chance. He always has a punching chance, but I feel like Anthony Joshua will handle him. But I thought that against Ruiz too. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. That's. But I'll be honest.
You know what I mean? He
Ruiz,
came out of nowhere.
He's people sleep on, they slept on him. You know,
no one knew him. No one knew him, and then everyone knows him now. You know what I mean?
Knows him.
Look, Joshua, you could question his chin because of his past.
Right.
So I think the smartest fight though is against Tyson Fury. They fought when they were teenagers, when they were coming up together in the sport, and according to Anthony Joshua, he whooped that ass as a youngin. You know what I'm saying? And Tyson Fury didn't deny. He didn't deny. He just changed the subject. So I feel like Anthony Joshua is the better boxer versus Tyson Fury. But Tyson Fury is big now. He's 6'8". You know, he wasn't 6'8" when he was 13 years old. So it's a different fight. You can't really think about that time when they did fight.
Different. He's
in good shape. He's in good shape. He got ready. He was almost 400 pounds, bro. He was a big dude, and he was a coke addict. And he changed his life and got boxing serious again. And he looks like he's in tremendous shape.
Right.
And I would love to see that fight. I want to see who's the best Brit. You know what I mean? Like, who's the best heavyweight Brit? Is it Joshua? Is it Fury? You know?
Right.
No disrespect to Wilder, but I think we all know the outcome. You know what I mean? It'll be similar to Fury.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It'll be very
exactly. I agree.
But yeah, sorry if you heard a bang. My bad, bro. I got
we didn't hear that. Oh, I didn't hear it in my head. So.
Cool. I just heard a bah, like a firework. You fireworks in the house.
No, man, no. But I agree. I think it's got to be that. It's got to be that. It's got to be Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Anything else?
Got to be next.
It's a joke. Anything else is a joke.
I agree. But if they can't get a deal done, Wilder will be a good replacement for Joshua.
I agree.
Not against Fury. I'm just talking about like if Fury and Joshua can't figure it out, Wilder Joshua would be good. I'll be happy with that too. That because Wilder's so strong, he can shock the world with that too. He just can't box. He's a boxer that can't box.
Bro. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
and again, like you said, I think it was just a repeat of getting that Wilder Fury fight. You know, it's like
it'll be similar to that.
Get out boxed.
Yeah, 100%.
And because Anthony Joshua is nasty when it comes to boxing. You know, and yeah, I agree with you. The Conor Garcia fight, that would be nice to see.
I would love to see that. That would see where Conor Ben really is. All right, right there. He fought a former champion who was a shell of himself.
Right.
Let him fight a champion. All right, and we'll see where Conor Ben really is.
Is that where Garcia is at with it right now? Like
he's champ.
I mean, in the sense of like, is Conor on his radar, or is he?
Yeah, they're in negotiations now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it falls through, but I don't say
it's called him out the last time he fought. You know what I'm saying? When we saw it here at the crib,
I think he did. I don't know who Garcia called out, but I know Conor Ben called out Garcia.
Oh, okay. And that's what I was asking him. Like, is Garcia calling out? You
Yeah.
know, or, is Connor an opponent for Garcia? You know what I'm saying? Because he's the champ.
Garcia's
He
not
determines who
a
he wants to fight
ducker.
next.
Yeah, Garcia's not a ducker. He's gonna
No,
fight
he's
whoever
definitely
he's
not.
gonna fight. Yeah.
He's
So
definitely not.
I
You
say
know,
make it work. Make it work.
but Tatum, that last fight we saw him in. I mean, I was like, yo, this
He
guy.
looked like his best self.
Yeah,
Yeah. He didn't
yeah.
look like he was on crack. You know what I'm saying? Like his last fight against Rami, bro. He looked like he was on like admission, my boy. Like
Right.
he had to do an admission test after. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He tried to play the game. Let me clear the admissions before I do the admissions test real quick. Let me fix it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what he
No,
looked
for
like,
sure.
bro. So it will be
No, but
interesting, bro.
no, yeah, definitely. And again, I just want to say shout out to Netflix on these MVP fights they're putting together. You know,
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I'm really hoping that Manny Pacquiao Mayweather one falls through too.
They
I'd like
said they agreed.
right.
They both agreed. So that's the
Right.
new thing because Pacquiao was about to sue him to
Yeah,
find out Mayweather ain't got no money to be sued. You know what I mean?
bro.
He filed for bankruptcy.
Yep.
So he can't be sued right now. And I don't know if this is a fact or a rumor, but I heard Pacquiao bought his gym. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. I heard Pacquiao bought his gym, bro. Just to help him. You know what I mean? Like it'll still be Mayweather, it'll still be all that, but I'll buy it from you, dog. Like
That's
you ain't got the
sad,
money for it because he couldn't afford no more. It was gonna close. It was done.
dude.
Mayweather tripping, bro. Like, and
Dude.
man, the importance of finances, bro. Like,
No,
I
yeah,
preach
that's
that
the
a
sad
lot
part, 'cause, like,
outside of the stream and stuff
he even
like
tried
that.
to
Like,
push forward that, like, whole, like, brand of, like, nutrients, like, it was, like,
yeah,
forgot what it was exactly, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how insignificant it was.
it's unfortunate, man. Look, you like to show off the money that you got. You got
Right.
all the nice watches, the cars, the chains, the jewelry, all the fancy schmancy stuff. You're throwing money in a promotion against McGregor, talking about how much money you got. You light work, bro. I got money like Dana White, woo woo. You preach that in all your fights, but you don't save your money, bro. Like you're not gonna invest it. This is what happens, bro. And hopefully he can be smart because he's gonna get the bag again when he fight. You gotta remember he's fighting Tyson. It's still gonna happen. He's gonna get the bag again. He's gonna be okay. But hopefully he's a little bit smarter with his money,
But that's
man.
so
Like,
sad, dude. You're
that's
gonna
why
fight
he's fighting
Tyson?
again. That's why he's fighting again, though.
No, I know that. I know
That's
that.
why
I
he's
know that.
broke. So he needs that money again. So
Right.
it's gonna
He
be
tried to say
Tyson
it
and
was
then
an
Pacquiao.
exhibition match.
Yeah.
Pacquiao was like, "Nah, nigga, this ain't no exhibition. This is a
Nah,
fight,
yeah,
dog.
we fighting for it.
We
And they
fighting, dog. I'm gonna get my get back." Pacquiao
fight,
said,
yeah.
"I'm getting my get back,
We'll
dog."
see what happens, bro. We'll see. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. But let's talk about that Rousey versus Carano fight, bro.
Dude,
I feel like
no.
this matchup is Rousey's for the taking. But I sent you a message on the press conference where Ronda Rousey was talking
Oh,
about.
no, we
Did you
for
happen to
sure,
see
yeah,
that?
no, yeah, I'm definitely gonna highlight that. I would just
Hey,
like to add though, the latest fight to this card that's not on this photo or background that I put.
yeah,
We got the Jason Jackson versus Larkin.
yeah. That should be interesting,
So
man.
that's gonna be interesting if they can
Yeah.
get that card, that fight to happen in that card as well, bro.
Bro, they better do it quick because that fight's coming up real soon, my
Real
boy.
soon,
Like right
real
around
soon,
May
man.
16th, man. Like it's
Yeah.
right there. So lock it in. Lock it in now if you're gonna do it. Lock it in.
Right,
Uh, uh,
right.
this card is awesome, bro. You get Francis Ngannou back. You get Nate Diaz. You get Mike Perry, bro.
Mike Perry.
These
Yep.
are all good matches, bro. These are all fun fights, and this
Yep.
should be a very entertaining card. And these fighters are gonna make more money than their entire careers in the UFC just off this event, bro.
Just
So
off this event.
I'm happy for the fighters, bro. Because MMA, I'm sick and tired how UFC treats their fighters, bro, and the little money that they give them, especially when they built the sport. They made the sport what it is today, and they can't get millions upon millions, bro. Like, and then you're gonna give Conor Ben 15 million for one tune-up fight. Like, I don't know how I feel
Right.
about that. So I'm very happy for these fighters getting their bags up, bro.
No, I agree. I agree, dude. And what's amazing about this, and I think I'm sure nobody's overlooking this, but let's keep this in mind. What's selling this event is the Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano fight.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is, to my knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
no, you good.
Sorry.
I think this is gonna be really what's driving. Well, not that I think this is what's driving this, is one of my whole point.
Yeah, it's the main event.
I had no idea. If I'm just keep it a buck, you know, the Diaz and Perry fight that came after, right?
Yeah.
Even the Ngannou versus Lins, like, nobody
that came after the Diaz fight.
That came out, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, no, that came before the Diaz.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Ronda Rousey, the Rousey Carano and Ngannou Lins, that was first before Diaz and Perry. But it was Rousey and Carano, and they already had me. Because I'm like, like, this is
coming
like
back.
Fantasy fight. This is like Bruce Lee versus Jet Li's type scenario. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess
you want to see this. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, all right, bet.
I think it's crazy that people disrespect Carano so much. The people know her from The Mandalorian as an actress. They forgot. They don't even know she did MMA, bro.
Don't even know.
And she was saying it in the press conference, bro. She was saying, like, people were talking to me like, Ronda Rousey's gonna fight an actress. Like, what's up with that? I'm like, what the heck, bro? Like, come on, man.
Bro.
Put some respect on her too. Y'all don't know. Saying that Rousey should have won handfully. Like,
yeah, right. We talked about this last time. I know you're giving it to Rousey. I'm giving it to Carano if I'm going to keep that a buck.
Woo! That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, look, bro, like, if I'm just going to keep it a buck, like, let's talk about Rousey's last losses and what kind of fighters she's lost to.
I feel
you know what I'm saying? You land the right type of hit, and Carano's a hitter, dog. Yeah. She's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, she landed the right hit. I'm sorry. I don't think Rousey's taking it. If I'm just keep that a buck.
Rousey's going to grab her, bro. She's going to judo slam her. And she's gonna go for that arm bar. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I don't know if that flies now. I don't know.
Technique over height and weight, bro. Technique. She could do that to Francis Ngannou if she wants
to. I can land more hit. I can hit you faster than you can grab me. Period.
That's true.
I'll always give the advantage to the fight, like the striker, before I give it to the brawler, because I can hit you faster than you can grab me.
I will always, as a UFC,
not to say that we haven't seen fights where the grappler or the submission artist and all that, like, takes the advantage. Like,
as a UFC connoisseur, I will always pick wrestling over boxing. I will always pick the wrestler, because once they get you, that's it. All it takes is one small mistake, and it's a wrap.
The reason why I think that's true when it comes to men fighting, I haven't seen that happen with women fighters crazily.
I have a lot.
So, but now that aside, Carano's not even just a boxer, right?
No, she has a full arsenal. She has a full arsenal.
She's a
true MMA fighter.
That's why, like, I'm like, yo, she can kick her, she can punch her, she can, you know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that her grappling game is nothing either.
It's just not a run.
What's up, homie, bro? Appreciate you sliding through, homie.
Raven, what's good, man? No, it's look, there's levels to it when it comes to the grappling, and Rousey is still at the tip top, right? I know she went to WWE and she's in AEW now, and her mic skills are selling this fight. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're gonna get to that right now.
Selling this fight, my boy.
Get to that right now,
actually. But her grappling, bro, is still elite, bro. It's still elite, and I feel like Ronda should win by submission in the first round, bro. That's how I feel about this fight.
I'm here for it, dog. I'm here for it.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I'm like, you got Rousey. I'll give it to Carano. But yeah, I mean, look, Rousey's
wings on the line
for a while now. Let's just keep that a buck.
Yeah,
you know, she always knows how to sell a fight. So 100%. I love Rousey for that. Even before she went into the WWE and AEW, she was always good at, like, talking shit and.
But not really, though. Not really. Now she got the mouthpiece. Before WWE, her skill.
You're right. No, let's keep that a buck.
Yeah,
right.
Her skill was
updated her.
But now, because she has a speech impediment too, it looks like that's gone.
You wouldn't even know, right? I was saying,
it's like it's gone. Yeah.
Right, so let's go ahead and play that right quick. So people.
While you play that, I'll be right back. But go ahead.
And honestly, I feel bad for Kayla Harrison, dog. I feel bad for her.
100%.
But this is Rousey at her prime with her mic game. So let's get into it.
Well, Gina is so relevant that she's the whole reason that the 145-pound division even exists. And I am so relevant that the only reason she has a job at the UFC is because of me. And Kayla is so irrelevant that she couldn't even keep the 145-pound division around. And honestly, she's just sour because no matter what she does or what she accomplishes, she can't change the fact that she has the charisma of a wet towel and will always be in me and Gina.
Damn. Like, no chill, dog. No chill. That is crazy. That's just crazy. Let's keep that going.
Shadow. So the next time she wants to talk shit, she should look down at her feet and consider who paved the road that she's walking on. Oh wait, she can't look down at her feet because she's too busy holding on to the belt and a neck brace. And then she goes on and says, I lied.
Damn, bro. Damn. Oh, that's rough. That is rough. Oh, yeah, she snapped. She snapped 100%, bro. She just went off, dog.
About training in judo in Canada in like 2006. Like, what the fuck are you to call me a liar? Okay, I was training there for 5 months. Bitch, you weren't even there. Okay, over the last decade and a half of being a public figure, I have cultivated a reputation of being unabashedly truthful. This bitch just got here and was already caught in a lie. What did she say after she won the belt? She said, I'm never going to say anything bad about Rhonda. She took care of me when I was broke in Japan and bought me groceries. How about you shut the fuck up and eat your groceries?
Even she started laughing on that, bro.
Act like her next upcoming fight is the biggest women's fight of all time. Then why is it being booked as a co-main for a men's interim title fight? Okay.
Oh,
come on, man.
Oh,
talk to him, Rhonda. Talk to him.
God.
The bitch isn't even bigger than Patty the Baddie. No offense to Patty, he's got more potential than anybody in the UFC, and he should
stop it when I'm lying.
Runs out. But
damn,
another contradiction that I think is a fucking kicker is if she thinks that her fight is the biggest women's fight of all time, why is she getting paid less now than I was 10 years ago?
Oh,
bring me this bitch. Are you overvalued or are you underpaid? What really pisses me off more than anything else. Yeah, I'm not fucking done.
No, I ain't done yet.
She ain't even done yet. She ain't even done yet. Hold on.
She's cooking, bro. She is cooking.
Come on. I gotta change the batteries on this mouth.
Is how small she thinks. This is not just the biggest women's fight of all time. This is the biggest MMA fight of all time. It's going to get the most views on the biggest platform, on a card with the biggest stars. And it was all assembled by and will be headlined by two women who dare to dream big. And this dream is going to bring more opportunities and greater revenue share to fighters than they've ever had before, because this fight is bigger than just me and Gina, and it's bigger than anybody on this stage. It represents an unstoppable force of change in this industry, spearheaded by the fighters themselves. Bet your fucking ass this is the biggest MMA fight of all time, bar none.
Come on, man.
Dude.
Come on, Rhonda. Tell us how you really feel.
She did. She did.
100%. That's how you sell a fight.
She did, dude. Oh, for sure. For sure. Jason says, speaking fire. Ooh, we got Uzi in the chat. He said, bruh. Raven says she fine as fuck too. She is. They both are. They both are.
Yep.
She needs to go bye-bye. Uzi said, brother who pissed her off. Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison pissed her off. That's who it was. This was Rousey pipe bomb. Right.
Come on.
Right. Facts.
Come on.
I mean, bro, I'm telling you, she ain't lying. That's the thing. She ain't lying.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact is like her fight with Carano is the main fight of that card.
Yep.
While the rest are
well deserved.
And well deserved, right? Yeah, like I'm not mad at it. I am not mad at it. You know, like, it is what it is. Like, again, when you're talking Rousey versus Carano, this is a fight that was discussed since back then. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, this isn't like brand new. Like, anybody who knows the sport knows the idea of Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano was always in the talks.
Yeah.
You know,
Supposed to happen a long time ago.
Long time ago. The reality is Gina Carano never actually retired from MMA or from the UFC. She never actually retired. She just engaged fully in the acting career she was pursuing, but she never retired.
More money.
So the idea of her coming back to fight was always in the talks, especially versus Ronda Rousey, you know, because when you're talking about women that impacted the sport, it starts with Gina Carano, period.
Yep.
She put women's MMA on the map, period.
She did. She was the first. You know? She's the pioneer.
She's the pioneer. You know
and
what
then
I mean?
And Rousey made it what it is today.
You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. It's I'm looking forward to that fight. I think it's going to be great. I think I think that whole event's going to be good. Again, when you're talking about Ngannou versus Lynn, when you're talking about Diaz versus Perry, and then even now, you know, Jackson versus Larkin.
It's a very smart card.
Yeah, really great card put together, man, and big ups to them for that. You know.
Yep. Dana White couldn't do it.
Yeah. But
say that much.
But as far as fights coming up, right? And I mean, I think we've set our piece there.
Mm-hmm.
The fight that I'm probably most looking forward to, bro, honestly, as much as I like the Rousey versus Carano, much as I even like Pacquiao versus Mayweather, because again, I personally want Pac-Man to get his get back.
Yeah.
But if there's one fight I'm really looking forward to, bro, Zayas versus Boots.
Mm-hmm.
Zayas versus Boots. There's just no way. There's just no way I'm not looking forward to this fight.
100%.
You know what I mean?
That is the fight that we didn't even know we wanted.
Right.
Until it became official. You know what I mean?
That's right.
This is going to be both of their toughest challenges, right? They're both like 2 years away from their prime.
Right.
One's already a multi-champion. Boots is getting his first title shot. This is a fight that, man, it's hard to predict, bro. When I first saw it, I was like, that's the one person I don't want to see Xander fight, bro. That's the one person I'd rather have him fight literally anybody else. Anybody else. Go for undisputed before going against him. Go against that big boy, that young 6'3" dude in the division. Get his title before fighting Boots. Boots is going to be trouble for Zaya, but he leaves a lot of openings as well too. There's a lot of openings, and they both have that weakness where they're both going to get hit. I talked about this with your brother as well too a couple weeks ago. Someone's going to get dropped, and they're both going to get tagged up, bro. And I predicted on that stream that both of them were going to fall in this fight, but Zaya's going to win by unanimous decision.
I'm giving it to Zayas.
100%.
You know,
gotta give it to Xander.
He's just on the come up. I think his trajectory is just proving every fight he keeps improving.
Both.
I feel like Boots is where he's at. If I'm be honest, I think he's reached his peak.
For real?
Yeah. Like I haven't seen any fight from him like where he improved something. Is my point.
Yeah.
Like he's where he's at, and again, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing necessarily.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not saying like, oh, woe to him. You're like that's like where you don't want to be or something.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is where I see Zayas growing and getting better each fight and becoming the champion he's I think designed to be.
Yeah.
Or destined to be. Boots is where he's at. You know what I'm saying? He's the fighter who he's been, and I think that's what Zayas' camp sees. They see his past fights. They're like, we know your flaws. We're gonna train on that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's obviously what they've already said. Like, you know, they've been studying the tapes. You know, I think that's what we're looking. I think that's what they're looking forward to. Just what's what I'm looking for? Not expound on. There's another word I'm looking for. Expound, not expound. What's the word? Damn.
Expand. No, I'm just kidding.
They're gonna like take advantage
Yeah.
of that. You know what I mean? Where again, and I say that to say because like right now you said that there's flaws in both games.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to tell you is Boots is where he's at, where I think he's at the caliber he's at, which is a good caliber, but you know the flaws, where Zayas is improving each fight. Whatever flaws you think he has, it could be very much so that that next fight, they're no longer there. That's what I'm trying to get at. Because in each fight, you see the improvement of Zayas as a fighter, as a fighter, you know what I'm saying, as a boxer. Hence why he's where he's at now as far as unified champion.
I mean, I've been seeing it with Boots too, bro. You gotta remember, Boots 28 years old. His last 2 fighters, I believe they were undefeated when he fought them, and he handled them pretty smoothly. But both of them haven't really fought anybody with competition.
True. That's also
both
true.
of them hasn't fought at an elite fighter at both of their levels before. So this is really an unknown fight that it can go either way. I'm going Xander, though. Let's keep it a buck. I'm going Xander, but I'll be remiss if I say I'm not concerned for this because Boots is going to cause trouble that Xander's never experienced before and vice versa. And I'm here for it. Let the best man win. And it's in New York. New York, man. Looking forward to it, bro.
I'll tell you what I found funny, right? So I came across this post, right?
Okay.
And again, cool, showing the stats. They're both undefeated. Obviously, Jaron has been in this a bit longer, so he's 35-0 right now. Obviously, more knockouts on Boots end compared to Zayas, but we're talking about 2 different styles there.
Yep.
Zayas likes to go to distance. He likes to just outbox. He's not looking for a knockout, but if he gets it, he gets it. I think Boots is more of an executioner in that end. Obviously, it shows. He likes to find a knockout if he can. This is cool. I like the fact that, like, boom, they're right where they need to be. But again, the difference is what people got to remember is Boots is moving up in weight.
Yeah, for sure.
So Zayas is comfortable where he's in the weight class he's been in.
This is his class.
This is his class where Boots is moving up. And it is a good point that Zayas made, and that's that Boots has dominated the weight class he's been in because of the weight class he's been in.
Yeah.
He's betting on the fact like it's going to be different when you go up, brother.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think he's not lying. I don't think he's wrong there.
Yeah.
Now, I think if I'm correct, this next one I thought was funny as hell. Look how they framed this, the dishonesty. This guy held it. This guy's holding it.
Yeah.
But they say held, like if they're both on the same tier here. No, he held it. He's holding it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
But to give Boots credit, he didn't lose it in a fight. You know what I mean? He just went up in weight classes.
Right. No, 100%. 100%.
You know what I mean? So,
but it's still dishonest to say that.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? The same
we
way
got a
that you're seeing a lot
2-time
of
world champion currently.
Yeah, exactly. And the same way you're seeing commentators even like, again, they're trying to dog Zayas and say, oh, he hasn't fought anybody of significance, but then they don't mention that about Boots either. You know what I mean? Like, all right, well, who has Boots fought that you think is really worth the mention, as far as championship level, you know what I'm saying? Like of that tier, like, the reality is, like you said earlier, the reality is they really both haven't fought anybody of like grand stature name that's, of notice, I guess.
100%.
But again, credit to both. They still beat the champions that they beat in their weight divisions, Now this is what's crazy though. This is what the numbers are looking like right now.
Yeah.
So everybody's going Boots.
At
least as far as whoever took this poll or whatever,
Yeah.
Because again, it's not to say that this is the numbers everywhere, but
yeah.
I can assume this is probably close to maybe what it is anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a surprise there, but
I feel like he's only at 22%, and I'm talking about Xander, only because he's the new kid on the block still. You know what I mean?
That's right.
People haven't seen his fights like we've seen his fights before. Xander's the real deal. He's not perfect, but he's getting there, bro. He is turning into an elite fighter, and this is why this fight has that big fight feel to it.
Right.
This is surprising to say the least, though, because I didn't think Xander would be able to sell out Barclay from the opponents he's fought so far. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I didn't think this would be a big fight feel until we saw Boots sign on the dotted line. And then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, we got two dogs, two monsters,
Two dogs.
gladiators colliding in the square circle.
Which is the best thing for boxing right now.
It is, absolutely. And I can't wait to see who's going to be
So,
crowned.
like, low key, shout out to Top Rank and the Zone for like making this happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
they could have went the regular direction. You know what I mean?
Right.
Fighting scrubs until, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So shout out to both of them. Well, more shout out to Top Rank, if I'm being honest, right? Because Top Rank, they could have protected, Zayas and said, hey, look, like, we really believe this is what you should do for the sake of like your trajectory and for themselves as well, right? Because the more they can juice him as their champion until, whatever, that's obviously would have been better for them. But the fact that they're willing to like stand behind their fighter, and say like, no, hey, look, you want this Boots fight, let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm correct, Top Rank and the Zone already have like some deal that they just agreed on, like even beyond this fight, like some sort of like I should probably look at see if I can find it.
Yeah.
But because if I'm correct, they just signed a deal with each other. What's the latest deal between the Zone and Top Rank?
Yeah, they just signed. They just signed for sure.
Because I know that just signed a new multi-year global rights deal.
Yeah,
there you go. So the Zone and Top Rank just signed a new multi-year global rights deal that moves Top Rank's fights and full archive over to the Zone after the ESPN era ended in 2025.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. They didn't have a destination for months, bro. And I was like, what's going on with Top Rank and and Bob Arum over there, bro? And Bob Arum getting old, by the way, but it was weird. But I'm glad they finally found a home, and and obviously, and also to ESPN, they have fumbled the bag so much
in so many ways
with UFC, WWE, and now boxing, bro. Like
crazy.
They're so focused on Stephen A. Smith and takes. They're so focused on that more than sports, bro.
Well,
they are.
Let's keep this up. Hold on.
He's as big as who he is now.
It's not even just Stephen A. Smith though. Like,
no, I'm not saying just Stephen A. I'm just saying that type. The
yeah. I was about to say like the
analysts who are take
analysts, like not even just analytics, but like just commentary, even beyond sports, and that's what's crazy.
Yeah, the take analysts,
sports network,
take analysts,
focus on sports.
Yeah,
you guys are too preoccupied where you want.
They rather talk about sports than show sports now on ESPN.
Yeah. Well, but the problem is you're not even just talking about sports anymore either. You're also somehow now talking about politics and culture within sports talk, and it's like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, you're ESPN, you're a sports network. I should just be able to come here to watch sports and talk sports, and that's it. Don't talk to me about nothing else. Don't show me nothing else. That's all you should be, But that's where ESPN is now.
The Disney way.
And it's showing. They've dropped the bag, like you said. UFC, WWE, boxing, all the combative sports, which is crazy.
Coming up next, they're losing.
And MLB. We're going to be honest. They dropped the bag.
Yeah, they dropped the ball on MLB too. Yep.
So.
Jason said ESPN was legit about 15, 20 years ago. It used to be my favorite, man. Like, I remember before school, I'll be tuning into Sports Center to get ready, so I know all the topics before I go to school. And then after school, I would tune in. If I didn't have sports that time of the year, I would watch Around the Horn, Pardon the Interruption, and then it would go straight to basketball games or MLB Tonight, baseball, the baseball game of the week. And now it's like, we get Monday Night Football. And they do have the NBA playoffs now, which is cool, but most of that's going to be on ABC. It's not even on ESPN, even though it's like the same thing right now. But man, it's unfortunate, bro.
Right.
It's unfortunate.
No, it really is. It really is.
It's just BS. It's just BS opinions, like Jason said, bro. 100%. 100%.
No, there you go. Yeah,
they lost touch with their identity, and
that's what I mean. They focus on so many other things rather than what they were meant to be.
They want to get fans by clickbait. That's what they do now. It's clickbait.
Right.
Clickbait, bro.
So I mean, that is what that is. But yeah, man. That being said, Zayas versus Boots, man. I think that's again that's going to be the fight of this year. Boxing, it's great for boxing. It's great for boxing fans. Again, like you said, you're talking about two warriors, two gladiators, two of the best. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's ducking nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The press conference was fun to watch. You know, they kept it exciting, but kept it also like cordial. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they don't need to get too crazy. Enough.
You can tell they respect each other.
Yeah.
You can tell they respect each other.
Exactly. You can tell they respect each other. There was enough trash talking to make it interesting.
Yeah.
But like you can still see that like there's
boundaries were not crossed.
Yeah. There was lines that weren't crossed, and they knew the boundaries, and it performed well, to my opinion.
Yeah.
Watching it.
Absolutely.
And then even like even with the way that they're conducting themselves in like other interviews, I'm like, great, like this is good. This is good. And I hope they keep going on this trajectory of like, you know, promoting the fight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that to me, the most fight that I'm anticipating this year, and I'm excited for it. I'm gonna give it to Zayas. Bias, obviously. Look, soy boricua para que sepa. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta represent. Hey, gotta represent. I gotta hold it down for the, you know what I'm saying, for the people.
Have to. You know, he's winning, bro. He's winning this fight. He's gonna catch him, bro. And he's
I'm giving it to Zayas. Again, he's in his weight class. This is where he's been. It's, you know what I'm saying? Boots is going up to his class. Like I said, Zayas is improving his game, his fighting. Each and every fight, you see the just the upgrade, the
trajectory just keeps going up and up and up with him, bro. For the culture, baby. For the culture. For the culture.
So again, shout out to both of them. Shout out to the Zone. Shout out to Top Rank. You're giving us boxing fans a fight worth watching.
We want. Boxing's back, baby. Boxing's back.
Boxing is back.
It was bad for a while. You know what I mean? It was brutal. It was brutal for a while. Yeah.
Boy, was it bad for a while,
bro. We got some good fighters. We got some good personalities, and we got some good fights for the past like 4 or 5 years. It's been pretty. We'll say 3 years, but for the past 3 years, it's been really good fights, and the trajectory for boxing is up and it's back. And these young bucks are starving to show who they are and to show the world what they can do. And I'm all for it, baby. Because boxing, that's the sport of all sports. Let's keep it a buck, all right?
Yeah.
I know Max Kellerman, he always says this. I've heard him say this about 15 times already. He's like, you go to a random park and there's people playing soccer on one field. There's people doing 5-on-5 basketball court on another field. You got people playing football on the Turkey Bowl on another field. And then on the corner, you see 2 dudes fighting. Where are all the eyes at? Everyone's watching the fight. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's the best sport in the world. I get it.
That's crazy because it's so true.
It's true. But again,
it doesn't matter what you're doing.
You're going to be like,
what's happening? All eyes are on the fight.
Yeah.
That's just human intuition. That's just human instincts.
Yeah.
What's going on over here? We want to see the fight. And then when you see it, you want to see who's coming out on top.
Yeah,
like that's just human instinct.
It's what he does. I do have a thing for that though, because like let's keep it a bug. You at a Bulls game in the playoffs and 2 fans start fighting. Everyone's gonna be like, "What the hell y'all doing? Get him out of here!"
Right. Get the hell out of here. Right. No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So there's 2 takes to talk about that. But I do understand where he's coming from. And I'm just happy that boxing has found its identity again, its culture again, and it's found its way. Well, even with all these different promotions, they're kind of working hand in hand with each other now. And these promoters are now coming in one accord a little bit, trying to fight Dana White, but they're coming in one accord. You know what I'm saying? And they're doing their thing. They're making big fights, and I'm all for it, bro. But I got to give Dana White credit too with Zuffa Boxing. Because he's making boxing connect, and you got to give everyone the credit that credit's due, bro. And I hope Hearns and Dana White don't fight. By the way, I don't want to see promoters fight. Let me just say that right there. I don't want to. And they're talking about that. I'll fight you, and I'll fight you. And
yeah, I know. It's like, come on, nobody wants to see that.
Like, I don't want to.
I
don't like. I have a hard time watching Mike Tyson fight nowadays. I don't want to fight.
No, yeah, that was.
I don't like watching 50-year-olds box. That's just me, though. That's just me.
Y'all don't get me wrong. I did quite enjoy the
Tyson Jones.
No. Wait, no. Yep.
That was the one. That was the only one. Outside of that, there's all duds. Yeah. Outside of that one.
Yeah. No, facts.
I don't like watching them old guys fight, bro. I get too concerned with their health. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get too concerned with their health. I don't want to see them get hurt. Life-changing injuries. I don't want that for them. You know what I mean?
Right, no, for sure.
Get your bag, do your thing.
In the spirit of fighting quarrels, the old guard, out with the old guard, in with the new guard, household names of staples of conglomerate businesses like ESPN and things of that nature coming down and other ones rising up, saying it's only right we get into the next topic. And that's obviously, Paramount acquiring WBD, and whatever that's going to be, whatever name that's going to be. But it's really interesting what's happening here. To understand how the game is now going to change. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody was concerned with the whole idea of Netflix acquiring Warner Brothers, right? And rightfully so. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about the guys who've been pretty much running the streaming game. They are the stream game kings. You know what I mean? And now you want to give them control over the theaters too? That sounds kind of crazy. Yeah. Especially because it's like, I don't know if they have what it takes to actually compete in the theater game. You know what I'm saying? Like, not because they can't, but because they just don't have the balls to, is my whole point.
Yeah, I feel you.
They don't, if I'm just going to keep that a buck, they just don't have the cojones to say, yeah, we're going to keep a movie out there for 45 days straight without releasing it on our platform. They just don't have the balls to do it.
Yeah.
And probably rightfully so, because maybe they've accustomed their customer base to, straight to on demand or straight to, straight to streaming. They've you know what I'm saying? They've fed their hypes. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, look, man. So when Paramount now comes out on top of that deal, I'm like, to the winner goes the spoils.
Just kidding, bro. Don't cancel me, YouTube.
Well.
That all good, man. What's up with that?
Look, man. Again, I look. Netflix is doing a lot of great things. Period. Right? Like I like what they're doing. And a part of me was kind of okay with them acquiring Warner Brothers. I wasn't too concerned, but at the same time, I kind of was, right? Like, obviously, we last talked about this. I was like, man, I just don't know how they're going to treat that theatrical release stuff. That's where I'm concerned with, whatever, blah, blah. Okay. Paramount, though, coming out on top with this changes the game, right? Like, one, they said, we're taking everything off of Warner Brothers. We're like, we'll take the whole thing. It's not just the streaming aspect of it, or not just the theatrical side of things. We're going to take the cable side of things. We're doing Warner Brothers and Discovery. Give us all of it. Boom. They came up with a good deal. I would say, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Zaslav is happy with the deal that's, given to him. And
very, very ecstatic.
Very, right.
Life-changing.
Very ecstatic. I'm sure of it, So now the only question now is obviously they're still waiting on the voting with the shareholders to take place, which is now confirmed. It's going to happen on April 23rd at 10 a.m. Eastern time.
Nice.
To vote on the all-cash deal, right? So obviously, I think they're all voting on that.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't see nothing stopping this. You know what I mean? Like this, I don't. Even
it's inevitable now, bro. It's inevitable.
It's inevitable. Even the like the whole like what you call it, the like the things that have to go through the courts and all that, like, you know, the nothing stopping this.
Yeah.
You know, and no, not because there's some sort of like, you know, political bias happening here, or like, you know, oh, you know, the administration favors this deal. Like, no, not because of that, just because really and truly, this, in my opinion, and I could be wrong. Again, if anybody disagrees with me, by all means, put it in the comment sections. But the way I see it is this kind of levels the playing field, right? When you're talking, you know, when you're talking about, I'll put it like this. I didn't see nobody crying about monopolies or one company having too much power when Disney was out here buying everything left and right. They have Star Wars, they have Marvel, they have National Geographic, they have, you know what I'm saying? Like, what else? What else? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
You know what I mean? Like, they just have everything going for, like, they have a lot of things under that umbrella, right? Hulu, ESPN, like, it's all under the Disney umbrella, right?
Yeah.
Nobody says anything. So please shut the hell up with this. Oh, Paramount.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's too
Keep
much.
The same
power.
energy. Keep the same energy, man.
Same energy when it came to Disney. Y'all weren't saying nothing about Disney. Do not say nothing about Paramount.
Yeah.
Please shut the hell up with that. That's done with. Like, we now finally have a level playing field with this merger of sorts with Paramount. Now it's Paramount Skydance taking on Warner Brothers Discovery and that whole entire whatever's under that umbrella.
Yeah.
Right. Like, this is actually going to tip the scales into a balance. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, Netflix is still doing their thing. Like, you know, like, they're still doing their thing. Like, there's the fact that they lost out on the deal changes nothing. Netflix is still on the trajectory to be successful, period. You know, and that being said, it's like even other like, even when you're talking Amazon, like MGM, they're still doing their thing. We just saw Project Hail Mary. Great movie.
Thank you for that, by the way. Thank you.
You know,
birthday gift. Thank you.
Of course.
Very good movie.
Very good movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, look, I'm happy about this merger. It can't come any quicker. You know, I know that everybody's, again, concerned about the politics. Don't be.
They'll figure it out.
The reality. You're concerned with CNN. CNN needs to change anyways.
Yeah.
You know, like, let's just keep that a buck. It's too heavily one-sided. Like, meet people in the middle, right? Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way that whole dynamic they got, like, it's not it. I'm sorry, it's just not it. It needs to get back to what it was, unbiased, you know, bipartisan, if that's what we're gonna call it, just down the middle reporting. Give it to me both ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what CNN was.
Yeah.
It's no longer that. So that needs to change anyways. Anybody who says otherwise, you're clearly like a Democrat. You're clearly a Democrat.
You're clearly a
Democrat.
Democrat.
Not that I have anything against Democrats. I'm just saying that's clearly the side to lean on, because that's all they really report on in favor of. So
no lies detected over here.
You know, just to keep it a buck. And frankly, look, I wish every news or, you know, legacy media, I wish they all were just bipartisan in the middle, but they're not. Just let's keep that a buck. They're not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that goes for even for the right-leaning ones. Like, they just not. The Republican ones, they're not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it sucks because, like, for somebody who's like heavily, like, you're not heavily, but like trying to keep up with stuff, I have to tune into all these things because not one person just coming in from down the middle.
Yeah. So,
like, in order for me to get the down the middle, I have to go to the one side and then I have to go to the other side. And it's just a lot of work for me, man. I need a place I can go to that's just down the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gives me both sides of the argument, both sides, you know what I'm saying?
It's hard to do that as an independent, real talk.
It really is. It's hard out here for us. That, again, I pride myself in being independent. It's hard out here, man.
It is.
Because I have to monitor to both, you know, I have to, you know. Crazy, dog.
My outlets are in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, bro. My outlets are in Europe.
And even that sometimes could be like,
you got to be careful on the outlet. You got to be smart with it, bro. Like, don't do the Daily Mail. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I got some sources I can hook you up with, but it's hard out here, bro.
No, it is, man.
Hey, but saying that, I gotta dip out of here, bro. I gotta take care of my sickies.
No, for sure, brother.
But thank you for tuning in, or for everyone who tuned in here at Pinpoint Gamer. We're gonna cancel it. We're gonna call it right here on the Pin Zone, but we will continue on the Chop Shop. So make sure y'all go to the Chop Shop if you're on the Pin Zone.
Yes,
tune in to Il Divino Vega, man. He's gonna keep it up. He got some fire topics still coming about. But thank you for having me, my brother. And we're gonna be doing it probably next week again, my guy.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All right,
sir.
bro. Big salutes to you, man. Love you, Pop-Ups.
All right, man. Love you too, brother.
All right, bro.
All right, peace out.
Bye.
Bye. All right, let's get it going. So yeah, like I said, guys, we got this Paramount Warner Brothers deal though going through. I'm for sure liking it. And again, for somebody who's obviously has his own interests with this deal, right? Like it's obviously like, look, Paramount getting obviously the Monsterverse, they're getting Matrix, they're getting Lord of the Rings, what else? The Dune. Dune. You know what I'm saying? Dune. You know what I'm saying? Game of Thrones, right? Like all those IPs that exist right now. Like it would be nice to see, like, you know, obviously all of that under the Paramount Plus umbrella, I guess. It just sucks because that means now I hope they do something. Let me just say that. I hope they do something where, like, if you're already a max subscriber, that they somehow give you some sort of like grace or some, I don't know, way of like, oh, you've already paid for this, come on over to Paramount Plus and we'll give you this many months free, you know, or maybe a whole year and then a free subscription and then, you know, next, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, because look, I'm already paying for the one, now I got to pay for the other just to, like, you know, and if I'm being honest, I don't have Paramount Plus. I should, but I don't. So that's that. But yeah, man. But again, obviously for someone whose main interest is obviously hashtag restore the Snyderverse, this is all I'm interested in, mostly, or not at all. It's mostly what I'm interested in. There's a lot of benefits though that come again from the Paramount Warner Brothers things merging. I think David Ellison has a good game plan, I think, for the trajectory of what they want to do with Warner Brothers. I think they got two people leading the helm, rightfully so. Mike and Pam, they're doing their thing. I think I seen somewhere, I think it was Sil who posted it, that they have 18th theatrical film release planned for 2027. Again, Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi, they're doing their thing. These are the guys you want running Warner Brothers theatrical films that are, you know, like cinema. You know what I'm saying? So definitely interested to see what they got going on in CinemaCon of 2026. And again, if they're the ones that are going to be running DC going forward, I'm all for it. Again, anybody who was like big on good James Gunn, hey, kudos to you if that's what you liked. Honestly, for me personally, I don't care. I really don't care. I'm fine without him. You know, but hey, like he'll be all right. He'll be all right. You know, we're obviously still going to get Supergirl. I'm sure they're still going to do Man of Tomorrow. You know, his contract is up next year, so we'll see what happens there. But personally, in my opinion, I don't care whether he stays or goes. I think again, Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi running the ship is the right move. As far as movies are concerned, as a whole, if I'm correct, they're the ones that had a lot to do with Zach's return, or if not that, it was about the fact that they're the ones who had something to do with Zach's continuation of that universe, or even like Henry Cavill coming back and all that. Like that whole concept of this universe actually existing back then, I believe it was under their umbrella or sphere of influence, for that matter. That being said, if that's a thing, right? You take that, you take the Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi duel on the Warner Brothers side. On the Paramount side, right? We've discussed this a bit before, right? And it's that, it's the Saudi connection that that Zach has over there, right? And it can't be overlooked. I mean, the guy himself posts this stuff, though, right? Like, so I'm gonna show this because it's not like, this isn't just making stuff up out of thin air. This is what it is. This is the connection with Turkey Al Sheikh, such an amazing force in entertainment. A lot of people don't know, but Turkey Al Sheikh had it. Let's get into that, right? Right. So the reality is Turkey Al Sheikh, he himself, he's got like he's pretty much doing like a lot of moves when it comes to like entertainment in general surrounding surrounding entertainment. I don't know. I had a brain fart there. And actually, we kind of just touched on this, right? Because the Dana White, Zuffa boxing, but it's Dana White's connection with Turkey Al Sheikh, right? So Turkey Al Sheikh is also tied into combat sports IP that is starting to sit right next to Paramount's business. Reports describe him as driving new Saudi-backed promotions like Zuffa Boxing with broadcast deals involving Paramount platforms. One report notes a formal agreement with Turkey's side, Zuffa Boxing / Saudi partners, secured broadcasting via Paramount Plus for boxing events, framed by him as the future of boxing broadcasts. Other industry reporting and fan side chatter, and this is what's important, describes Saudi capital, right? We've been talking about for a while now, backing Paramount with money as the studio chases combat sports rights, UFC and boxing to strengthen Paramount Plus and CBS. So again, this connection matters. Obviously, we already know, right? Like through that same connection, Zack Snyder's already creating a movie, or they're working together on that movie, The Brawler, right? Where Turkey Al Sheikh wanted a Cinderella Man type film, but for the UFC. And he said, who else better than my friend? Again, they're on a friend basis. It's not like they're casuals or acquaintances. No, they're friends. They are friends, right? So this matters. Context matters here, right? Where'd I go here? Right? So when you're looking at that, it's not even just so that's that, right? It's like, look, this man's footprint and his growth in Paramount, and again, that Saudi connection, it matters, right? So you technically have this like triangle connection forming, right, between Zack Snyder, Turkey Al Sheikh, the Saudi connection, Paramount, right? So that's the UFC, that's Zuffa, that's rights deals and all that, right? Obviously, you've seen Sil, he was on here, and even on his own channel, he's talked about how there's that they're talking about having part of the deal is being able to acquire one IP for a movie of any of their choice. I just don't see why they wouldn't choose, something that they're already liking, right? So, but again, I say this because Turkey Al Sheikh is for sure a genuine Snyder fan. He's publicly already been, he's a big admirer of the Snyderverse. Zack Snyder's already gifted him like Batman versus Superman merch. Again, this isn't crazy, right? Now, look, this isn't like major tabloids, but it's out there. And that's that there's outlets claiming Saudi players linked to the Turkey are behind a Snyderverse revival push if corporate conditions line up. Now, again, this isn't being said by like the main guys like Hollywood Reporter or Deadline or Variety or something like that, but it's still rumor that's circulating. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Again, we know Turkey Al Sheikh is a fan of the Snyderverse of Zack. He's a friend with Zack Snyder. He loves that universe. And that connection matters. That's why it's not too far beyond me that this actually might be a thing. That if there really are Saudi players, linked to the Turkey Al Sheikh connection, whatever. If they really are behind a revival push for the Snyderverse, if corporate conditions line up, again, that'd be crazy. Which again, we know Paramount literally it's about to own these stuff, so that's the connection already. But again, like I said, this isn't coming from Deadline or Variety or Hollywood Reporter or anything of that sort. So, take this with a grain of salt, I guess, right? But it just makes all the sense of the world, when you have the Saudis backing you up with the kind of money they're backing you up with, and they got the money. Is that Arab money? Is that Arab money? It's a thing, man. It's a thing, dude. It's a thing. So yeah, Saudi-backed funding, attached to the Snyder could make this come back. It could make at least at the very least, and we've said this before. Like, let's just say they do keep the gun stuff going, which again, hey, that's what I want to do. That's fine. But again, they are on record on also doing like more event tentpole type of movies, right? There's nothing better than that, than the Snyder style type DC, Nolan style DC for that matter. That I don't see getting greenlit if the budget and the financial risk is also being backed up by the Turkey Al Sheikh Saudi financial ecosystem, right? So again, it makes all the sense in the world. Again, even leverage wise, when you got that friendship, the synergy, that's already created between, the friendship between Zach and Turkey Al Sheikh, and then the synergy between Turkey Al Sheikh and Paramount and the Saudis. It's a no brainer in my opinion. This is what you want. This is what we need. Again, the facts are what they are. Zack Snyder and Turkey are already working on that Brawler film, right? Turkey Al Sheikh already has influence with Paramount, and it's only growing increasingly especially with these new combat sports that they're trying to do and stuff. Again, Turkey Al Sheikh is again vocal proponent and fan of Zack Snyder's work. So it's looking like this is the route to go. It looks like it's going to happen. We have yet to see, I guess, fully. But I'm believing this is the route. And it's only a matter of time. Again, we got to April 23rd to see what the shareholders vote on. But the word is that they're all voting in on this all cash in deal. So I'm excited, man. I don't know about you guys, but I am excited for this. I think this is where we're heading. This is where we want to go. It's like an exciting time to really be a fan of all this, again, and it's actually beyond even just the DC universe. I mean, for me, that's what it is, importantly, because I'm a DC fan. So I'm a DC fan, I'm a Snyder fan. I'd like to see that, come back, and I think it'll find its place where it's supposed to be, contrary to where it's at now, right? Like last time I was on with Sil, I said, DC, unfortunately, right now, like in this theatrical fights and stuff like that, they're in the prelims. They're not even a main card event anymore. That's just a fact. We're back in the Nolan days, back in the Zack Snyder days, that era. They were main event like fights of theatrical, stuff. That's why people were paying attention to the numbers at the time, and the numbers don't lie. Nothing has been as successful for DC than that era, than the Nolan Snyder era. Nothing has been as successful for DC after the fact, period. So I'd like to see that come back, but like I said, it's not just that. I think I like to see Paramount also, like, again, to see what they do with Lord of the Rings franchise, see what they do with the Matrix franchise, see what they do with the Monsterverse franchise, see what they do with with the Dune franchise, for that matter. Dunes. I mean, that's everybody knows that's my most anticipated film of the year. So I like to see, like, man, which again, this is for another time. I'm not gonna get deep into that just yet, but I gotta say, I have some things with Dune, but that's a whole nother discussion. But that being said, going from space and stuff, I think it's worth noting the Artemis 2 mission has been complete. And obviously we talked about it last time Sil was on. Um, I think this is cool, man. Like, what a time to be alive, you know. Um, I think the mission was a completion of 10 days to they first, obviously went in orbit around the Earth, whatever, like in the outer orbit, whatever. Something, I guess, to help them with the trajectory. I don't know the full science, but it helped launches them off. Then they go close to the moon. They go around the moon. They take some shots. They had some cool videos of the team. The astronauts that went on the mission while they were out there talking to us. So that was kind of cool. They their perspective now that they've seen Earth from that distance, and then so it's I don't know, it's a cool thing. Again, this hasn't happened since back when it happened. What is it, 1969? I think is what it is. So again, interesting time to be alive, man. Like it's sad because like last time as we discussed is that it feels like it's overshadowed because obviously everybody's focused on other things, but the reality is this was a big deal, man. And now they're talking about Artemis 3 is the next mission, where now they're going to try and put together a team to actually land on the moon. So that, again, cool stuff, man. So they're gonna be focusing on getting a crew together for lunar landing. So that's cool stuff to I'm gonna definitely be keeping an eye on this now that I know it's a thing. Again, it was crazy to know that it's like it wasn't even on my radar to the day of. That's what's insane to me. That there's so much other shit going on in this world that this wasn't even on my radar to like last minute. So I was like, last time Sil was on, I was like, yo, we got to talk about this for a bit, because we'd be remiss if we didn't. But unfortunately, the reality is this was unfortunately overshadowed by I think what's probably overshadowing everything, right? At this point in time, and probably rightfully so, right? It's not to say that it doesn't make sense that it's happening, I guess, but it's clearly the Iran war, right? Which we can get into that now. Bro, I don't know if you guys heard that, but I am hungry. It's the Iran war, guys. And clearly there's a lot going on with that. Last time we talked, there was no ceasefire yet. Here we are, I think, or no, maybe last time we talked, they had just gone into a ceasefire. I can't remember where there's so much happening. Like in news comes out so much at once. It's insane, But last, if I remember correctly, we weren't in a ceasefire yet. We are now in a ceasefire. And obviously, look, just let's keep this a buck, guys. Like when me and Pin last talked about this, we said this wasn't going to be long. And some may think, oh, this was compared to most wars, this wasn't long. Again, right now we're in a ceasefire. Not much is happening. I'm not considering the Israel-Lebanon thing. I feel like, that's not necessarily isolated, but we're not involved in that, right? So that's not really up to us. That's not our thing. That's Israel thing. That's an Israel thing. And as much as I know we like to pretend like, oh, no, but as I said last time, this idea that Israel's like some sort of puppet master to the U.S. or whatever, like, no, like, trust me when I say this, U.S. makes their own decisions. Not to say, again, it's not to say that obviously if your ally is going, whatever, you're gonna do whatever you do with your allies. That's a whole other thing, and that's valid as well. But it's again this idea that again, if I'm correct, even last I checked, even when it comes to that Israel Hezbollah thing, and I said Lebanon, I should have said Hezbollah. The U.S. did tell Israel, like, yo, chill out on the Beirut attacks. right? And to my knowledge, last I checked, they dialed down the Beirut, their operations to attack Beirut. So the way I see it, U.S. still does their own thing, and they're still trying to. They still have we have the influence, right? But again, it's not to say that there isn't obviously a partnership there. There's a partnership with many other countries, and this wasn't again, like I said last time. This isn't just about Israel, guys. You have to understand that there does seem to be a shift, and I said this last time. There does seem to be a shift. We hear Pin Zone is in the comment section. The Pin Zone is in the comment section. Appreciate you, brother. Like I said, this isn't just about Israel. You know, this is also about the Gulf states surrounding. This is about the countries involved in the Abraham Accords. It does seem like there might be a new coalition or alliance forming here, right? Because meanwhile, if you're listening to other news, you would think, oh, there's chaos and the United States is messing everything up. But if you're actually listening and catching and getting information from all over the place, the reality is that there are bonds that are being strengthened within the Middle East right now with the U.S. surrounding the Gulf states like Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, whatever, Jordan, whatever, you know, and forgetting some other ones, I'm sure, and then Israel, whatever. There seems to be a more strengthening alliance there. Meanwhile, the alliance between the U.S. and other NATO countries in Europe are really delicate right now, to say the least. You know, it's obviously clear Trump is not happy about the lack of support and lack of even involvement from supposed allies that we've had throughout the years, whether it's the UK, you know, France, Italy, whatever other ones. And it's not to say that all of European countries are like this, no, because there's a few others that are actually in support of what the US is doing, and even I guess trying to find ways to even cooperate, whatever. And obviously, because like I said, this isn't just about the Middle East. It's also about countries tied into these countries, right? Like I've been saying for the longest time, this also has a lot to do with China and a lot to do with Russia, right? So there's definitely a delicate balance happening here, and what may appear to be a shift in new alliances built while others might be dwindling, which is weird to say the least, but also at the same time, like maybe a prediction of something that could be happening in the near future. But I'm not going to go there just yet because I feel like I might be speaking too soon. But in a world where, let's just say, power seems to be maybe forming itself within regions, right? It would be interesting to see who would be the main power player there in Europe. You know, once things starts, there's a shift happening. That's all I can say. It's too soon to speak, but there seems to be a shift. Is all I'm going to say there. But like I said, the ceasefire is happening. There's a ceasefire right now, and obviously, you know, there's obviously the controversy with the Strait of Hormuz still. The United States. I know that there was the peace talk or negotiations, not peace talks, but negotiations that happened in Pakistan with what's the man? I'm gonna butcher the name if I don't find it. Islamabad or something like that. I forget what it's called. Geez, yeah, I forgot what it was called, man. But again, from what I hear is that regardless of that not falling through, there's speculation and hope that there might be a continual ceasefire for the foreseeable future. One, and then two, it's really to see how this blockade, I guess, plays a part. You know, if it does what it's supposed to do and continually forcing Iran to realize, like, yo, you're not in a position to play a strong arm here. You don't really have the cards you think you do, and they really don't. Anybody who thinks that they do, or I don't know, has this like weird admiration, thinking that, which I will say that is strange for me to see. You know, it's funny to see anybody take sides, I guess you could say, period, when it comes to morality, especially because like it's like for you to like, especially if you're an American, I would say that more so than anything. I'll point that out. Like pointing at Americans, like, oh, they did this, they did that, whatever, as if like Iran doesn't have their own dirt you should be concerned with as well. Like like there's people that do this thing where they're like they'll focus on like whatever they deem wrong from the country that they are attacking, and then like somehow just deciding to overlook the immorality of the other country that's involved in this, right? And that's the part that's kind of funny to see people do that. As if like Iran didn't just like kill 40,000 innocent civilians because they were protesting against them. And numbers don't even matter, even if it's not 40,000, even if it's just 20,000, 10,000, I don't care. 500 people, that's just shows you the difference. I don't see people being mowed down by the thousands because they're protesting out. Like, you know what I'm saying? You want to talk about the equivalency and morality. Like, I guess there's levels to this is all I'm going to say, And again, it's not to say that America doesn't have its hands dirty and other things. I'm just saying regarding morality and trying to like, judge one country, but you're not willing to just stick, it's kind of crazy. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is that I'm making here is that objectively, just seeing it as it is, the reality is despite the posturing of Iran, they really don't have no cards here. Their navy, their military, a lot of their ballistic missile sites, manufacturing sites, a lot of it has been decimated. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like even the attacks you see them doing now. It's kudos to them for like finding a way to like hide certain things, right? Because a lot of it was taken down, and they're like, I guess they're still finding ways to disrupt things. But like, even when I say disrupt, make no mistake, it's not like, to the level of like, we should be so concerned. Like, really and truly, if this war continues on, they're losing. They're losing. Like, there's no like way around that. They will lose. This isn't up for discussion. Even when it comes to these, but like obviously, I hope it doesn't continue. I hope that they wake up and smell the coffee and realize, like, yo, y'all got no cards. Like, you guys made it seem like you run straight at Hormuz. You don't. You guys put a few minds out there, and you think you're clever masterminds or something, and you're only clever masterminds in the sense that anybody stupid enough to buy what you're selling, that's as far as your mastermind geniuses go. The reality is, though, is you don't run it. You don't run it, right? The U.S. just played a a funny like psyop in the sense of like not psyop. That's not really the word, but like flip the tables. They're like, oh, okay, you want to pretend like you're gonna like you dictate what's happening with the Strait of Hormuz. We got one on you. Now the block. We're gonna do a blockade. Let's see how you guys continue to do. Like it's kind of crazy to see, and then even like it's weird to see somebody posture, but then also cry at the same time. But it's like to protect. You held your own people hostage when you said that you were going to somehow control the Strait of Hormuz and not allow oil flow, whatever, and now you're going to cry like, oh, you're holding our economy hostage. Like, no, you kind of held it yourself. You were willing to go there, and now that the United States decided to do it for you because you got, again, you're being stubborn. You don't want to just admit defeat, or not even. It's not even just defeat. Like, it's not even about defeat. It's like play ball the way it needs to be played. Like, that's all that's really, I think, being asked here. Stop the nuclear, your nuclear your nuclear programs, or the enrichment of on the levels you guys were doing it, the ballistic missiles, no more. Like, yeah, focus on prosperity rather than military. I'm sure you guys would be doing fine. You guys clearly could do fine. You guys do have the oil. You do have the, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys do have that things going, a lot of going for you that you could do if you guys wanted to be that, you know. Unfortunately, I don't know. You guys are like just focused on a lot of other things. Oh snap, DJ Matic, I'm just seeing your message here on IG, brother. And he said, "What's your thought on the new Michael Jackson movie coming out?" You know what? I'm not sure if I'm as excited to see it. I'm gonna probably see it. You know, I know the wife wants to see it, so we're probably gonna go watch it. But yeah, I'm not. I will say it. I would be interested. There are some interesting things that I am kind of interested in, as far as like apparently this is actually his nephew or something like that. So that's gonna kind of be interesting to see. It's always interesting to see how family plays you, whatever. And yeah, I'd like to see the story that they put together. This is clearly, from what I could tell, Michael before before the bleach, right? This is Michael before he tries to turn himself into Peter Pan. So that'll be cool to watch. And yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot of Michael Jackson music I like, so why not? But I guess that's my take on that. Edwin, I see you on Facebook, brother. Sorry I didn't see your comments. He said La Bum Killer, so that's clearly when we're talking about the NBA and LeBron and the Lakers. He said team stacking that has yeah, so that's clearly, we know where he feels about that. But anyways, so yeah, man, I think in the end of the day, man, like, you know, anybody who's like, I guess, serious about seeing this come to an end, it's like, look, this is truly in Iran's hands. Like, if you guys really want this to end, you know, y'all just got to start playing ball, man. Y'all just got to start playing ball. You know, if for whatever reason the ceasefire doesn't stick and it doesn't hold, I don't think that's bad for the United States. I think that's bad for Iran. Even for those that I know, you know, look, we're all feeling it at the pump, right? Like, it's, you know, like, damn, all right. The reality is even if this continues, it won't continue that long. If it does continue for whatever reason, I'll give it like another month. You know, I don't want to see it continue. I'd like to see the war come to an end. I'd like Iran to just come to their senses and realize, like, look, y'all can't just keep running things the way you've been running it, man. Y'all killing innocent people. Because how about just change? How about just change for your people? You know, how about just bring the change they're asking for? You know, it's like, and it's not even about whether you're Muslim or not. Like, that's not even it either. Like, I know, like, a lot of people have made that you know, like, I know Iran wasn't always like a Muslim ran country or like under Sharia law and all that, and you can argue that that's, well, unfortunately, when the downfall happened, right? Like, the economic power that Iran was at the time and the way it was growing was when it was still emulating that somewhat of a you know, I don't know if I want to say Western type of nation or civilization, but something kind of mirroring that, something that kind of still had a democracy kind of format or whatever they had at the time, more free marketing, whatever, free market and things like that. Like, they didn't really, I don't know, they weren't necessarily what we were, but that's like probably for another discussion. You know, that is a worthy discussion to have. Like, what was Iran before it was what it is now? Because there is a big difference, and that's my bad for not like having all that information that I've read and seen retained so well that I can just share that off the cuff. But there was major differences. I would say it doesn't even have to really necessarily go back to what it was. What I can say is that, but there can be slight modifications to whatever it is you guys been doing that kind of go back to certain things while still keeping other things in place. I don't know, but clearly the main thing for the U.S. to like obviously back off from you guys is no nuclear, no ballistics. Y'all just can't be that anymore. Y'all just can't, because you guys already proved what you guys are with it. Is my whole point. Like, you guys already proved it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's kind of crazy. And anybody taking serious their proposal for what they want the agreement to be, it's silly. It's kind of silly. It's like no way, no way is anybody going to concede to that. I wouldn't even do it if I was president of the United States, to be honest. Yeah, no, look, I think the terms are what they are. They've been what they've been. Trump and the administration's kind of been clear on what the terms are. Anybody saying that there isn't like clear terms, I think you're just maybe you're just not satisfied with the terms of like what will bring the end to the war. But I think they're set. Like no nuclear weapons, no ballistic weapons, and open up the Strait of Hormuz, free seas for everyone. Period. You're not running that, and I think that's solid. Let's see. Penn said random, but Warriors came back and look at that. Look at that. And I was just looking at that too. I did, and I closed out the window. But look at that. But anyways, so yeah, I think again, the Strait of Hormuz being run by Iran is crazy. Crazy thought that if anybody thought that was serious, that's not true. And it's going to be interesting to see how the negotiations play out now with the blockade and all. This idea that the Israel Hezbollah conflict has something like it really doesn't. Like that's an Israel thing. The ceasefire between us and Iran has nothing to do with that. And again, if they're serious about that, again, it's just like be serious. Like I just don't like this pretend world we live in, like as if like I don't know, like unrealistic terms, unrealistic way, like way of seeing the world, like how it works and how it functions and how things move. It's very fantasy-like, you know what I'm saying? And I'll say this, like, and it's not this, and again, like I said earlier, I'm not saying that the United States is perfect and that everything's figured out here. We have our own issues at home. You know what I'm saying? International, no, not international. Nationally, there you go. Nationally, that we got to figure out for sure, hands down. There's things at home we need to fix and things that we can focus on. But anybody who's convinced that somehow you can isolate yourself from the world and there's not going to be any geopolitical ramifications or any economic ramifications to that or any influential ramification, like no, like it's that's not how this works, man. Like wake up and smell the coffee. We live in a shared world, geopolitical world. There's things that have to happen in order for things. Believe it or not, there are things that have to happen right outside of the United States for it to work right in the United States. Period. Right? Economically, that's the truth. Right? Like I was just watching something where like, oh, too bad that the Strait of Hormuz is closed. Guess where every oil tanker is heading to now? Gulf of America. So it's optically, like if you're actually just being honest with yourself and looking at things, how things are playing out, we're not in a position of like surrender on our end. That's a fact. And we're not in a position for, like things are going to be so bad here. Like not really. Trump said it best. Like we don't really get oil from the Strait of Hormuz. That's not our thing. You know what I'm saying? Like as long as we are energy independent, and then getting to a point where we become energy dominant, right? As he planned from his first term. Unfortunately, like there was that, we had that recess period. We had that 4-year period where, another administration thought it wasn't good to be energy independent and it wasn't good to be energy dominant. If things continue on this trajectory, believe me, what's happening there won't affect us that long, right? and prices will go down eventually. But yeah, obviously, I'd like to just see that come to an end, and yeah, let's see how things work out. Then, the reality is look, this is what I'm betting on too, guys. Like it's that, like I said last time, this isn't just about Iran. It's about the players that also exist without it on the other end of this, right? China would get a lot of their oil. I think it was like 37, 38, 39%, something like that of their oil comes from Iran. So like right now they're being choked as well when it comes to their energy, like they're like what they get from. So I feel like and actually I think that's the reason why even Pakistan is their mediator right now. They're for sure backed by China to make this deal happen because it doesn't benefit them that the Strait of Hormuz is closed right now. So yeah, again, there's a lot of interesting pieces behind everything right now that are moving that I'm like intrigued to see how this goes on as it plays out. And but I personally believe the ceasefire is going to hold. Iran needs to just wake up and smell the coffee. At least whoever's running things and making the decisions over there. And it's like, look, the same way with Venezuela is like, look, y'all just got to play ball. Here's the reality, guys. Like, and anybody who thinks that this is like something else, which is weird. If the United States wanted to go over there and just like really do all-out war, we would have already done so. This isn't what we want to do, but we still need things to play the way we need them to play out in our favor. Period. Like that's what this is. This is what this is, and anyone who sees otherwise I don't know what you're seeing, but this is and there's a lot more to this. Like I said, again, pay attention to how Trump is talking about NATO. Pay attention to how relationships are now with the UK in particular, right? Again, if you've seen me talk about this before, that's another piece of this puzzle. Is again this new geopolitical dynamic shift that's happening. I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't want to go too much longer than what I already am. But that's another thing to pay attention to. Again, things that I'm talking about that I'm briefly just touching on, you can look this stuff up, guys. Trust me, this isn't like secret information. It's secret in the sense of like if you're not looking for it, if you're not like trying to find information, you're not going to find it because the news media is only going to tell you what they want you to know. You have to dig deeper with some of these things, guys. And that's just the unfortunate truth. But if not, come here. I'm telling you right now, just to not get deep into the weeds with this, I'm telling you just basic stuff, but if again, you don't have to take my word for it, but I guarantee you go look up what I'm telling you, you're going to find this, how this affects our relationship with certain NATO countries, and particularly UK, that's a thing. How this affects China and Russia, that's a thing. What happened in Venezuela, now this whole Iran thing, like it's a whole thing. This is all connected, guys. Look it up. You'll find what I'm talking about. And if the ceasefire doesn't hold, it just won't on us. It's war on them because, again, really and truly, apart from like the attacks that initially happened, the U.S. has been holding back because again, we're not trying to stay in forever wars. That's not Trump said that from the jump. Like we're not interested in forever wars, but we will do what we have to do. Period. It sucks. It sucks if it keeps going because I know that might actually mean boots on the ground at that point, but like not in the scale that we've seen before. Again, and I said this when this first kicked off. Me and Pin were talking about this, and I said this when this first kicked off. Yeah, no, China's not happy at all, brother. They're not happy at all. But we said this when this first kicked off, and that's that the likelihood of boots on the ground might not happen because warfare in general has changed a lot. So you're not going forward to any war. You might not see as much boots on the ground as before. But even in particular with this specific operation, Operation Epic Fury, even this specific one, it's a different type of warfare. Like it's not even about well, one, a lot of pieces that wouldn't before take place for this, like the whole like operation or the regime change of something or the taking down of certain leaders. Like, think about that, right? Like, think about how uh was a SEAL Team 6, right? Or uh ground, or what was it called? Oh, what was that movie called? It's kind of pissing me off that I can't remember. Something zero down, down zero, something. I forget what it's called. But SEAL Team 6, I believe, was the ones who had to go in and, by, physical, taking down Bin Laden, right? Like, it used to take like hands on, you know what I'm saying? And you saw what happened, just a few airstrike, precise strikes, and dudes were taken down, you know what I'm saying? Like, so warfare, again, warfare's changed a lot, guys. Like, I know people that work on like the GPS systems and chips and things of that nature that go into like these rockets that now are now somewhat even controlled. Like again, precise location, just you know. Um, so again, it's changed. Although again, if there's boots on the ground, as I said before, it'd be because these underground like nuclear bomb sites or ballistic sites that are known that exist. It would be something like that, and probably just because maybe there's recon work that needs to be done because maybe we don't know everything. I don't know, you know, what I'm saying, or maybe just because we know it's too deep, bunker busters aren't going to necessarily do the damage we need them to do, as we've seen before, right? With the Midnight Hammer operation, like it does good damage, but not everything, depending how deep it is. So I can see that maybe being a thing. Maybe I can see boots on the ground because if there is the regime change needing to occur, and maybe to maybe arm, I can see that arming some of the people there, like, hey, fight for what's yours, fight for what you want, maybe something like that to that capacity, But even then, a lot of these checkpoints with the soldiers were done again by airstrikes, So it's like, I don't know. Like I said, regardless how this plays out, we're not the ones losing, really. We're not losing. We're just not. It's just it's this idea that we were losing, or I don't know. It's just not true. We've done major damage. We can continue to do damage, um, and it would be it'd be sad for the Iranians that are paying the price for this. Which is again why I would like to see this come to an end. Um, I'd like to see a good outcome where again, uh, everybody can kind of just be at peace with knowing, hey, no more lives are going to be taken. Again, a better outcome where like, yo, we can trust the fact that these guys that have been again causing trouble for many years now. This isn't. You can find this. This isn't like I'm not making stuff up. You can find this stuff. It exists out there. Iran is behind a lot of attacks on U.S. Soldiers and citizens and things of that nature, embassies. It's not just it's not just the Israel aspect of this. As much as people like to think or make it seem like it's not just that. They've caused plenty of trouble along their own countries around the region. And that's why Saudi Arabia's backed this. The UAE, a lot of those Gulf states backed this up because they knew it was true. Iran was causing a lot of ruckus. It's just what it is. So, but for the sake of the Iranian people, for their sake, and yeah, for the sake of my pocket, but I know eventually that'll fix itself if this war continues. But so mostly for the Iranian people, I'd like to see this just come to an end. And yeah, I hope that the regime does change their attitude, change their way of going about things, realizing like, yo, like the way you guys have done things for all these years, it's just not good. It's not good. It's not good economically. It's not good relationally with, it's just not good. It's just not good, man. Like y'all need to change your posture, change your attitude, change your agenda, man. Like it's crazy that you guys are stuck on this, I don't know, holy war almost of a sorts, um, it's yeah, the it's just like just play ball, man. Just play ball. No more nuclear weapons. No more ballistics. Like whatever you have, I guess. Or I don't know if maybe it's like, hey, take it down. Again, I forgot exactly what the terms were that the U.S. was looking. Well, I know the basics. I know there's more to it, you know. But again, Strait of Hormuz being open for everybody, you know, free of charge, no taxing or the fee, whatever, like anything of that nature. Because especially it's like, well, you guys are not necessarily running it anymore. You know, like, you guys don't even have a navy to hold that, like to claim that. You know what I mean? Contrary to like our waters, that it is our navy, it is our coast guard, it's our navy that's actually running the waters. You know, whatever, all that. You know, but yeah, man. So that being said, I do pray and hope that cooler heads prevail and a good deal's made for the benefit of all parties considered, but obviously mostly for the Iranians, for the Iranian citizens that have suffered all this time, and then for even for the U.S. especially, you know, as well, you know, and the surrounding Gulf states and that region, you know, I think, you know, we got to remember, like, a lot of the wars that exist, the conflicts that exist in that region are via Iran. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you know, I don't know, you know. So, you know, as far as what's documented, right? As far as what's documented, because I know some people might be like, bro, well, there's this information out there. And it's, you know, it actually might be, the Mossad might be behind all of that. And it's like, well, sorry, like, that's just not out there to know that, you know. So, anyways, that being said, I'm praying over that, and I do hope peace finally prevails there, and there is a lasting ceasefire, lasting peace. But again, due to the conditions of negotiations that take place that actually do benefit us, Iranians, and the states involved, the Gulf states involved, and Israel for that matter, because obviously they're part of this too. And yeah, and then hopefully that even that Hezbollah and Israel conflict can come to an end. And from what I saw, also there was, like, I think they're trying to get Lebanon to, like, side. What was it? I think they're like, there was like a deal there. I forgot what the deal was. For Lebanon, like an economic, like, I guess you could say, playing card, you know, that benefit Lebanon if they, I guess, help with the, like, demilitarization of Hezbollah, which honestly, that needs to happen too. You know what I'm saying? That should happen already too. It's but we'll see. You know, we'll see how things play out. Again, it's these things, you know, look one way one day and then it's a whole other thing the other day. So we'll see how that goes. You know, and there's plenty much more to talk about this, but I've reached my time, guys, that I wanted to stay on this live. So that being said, I should be going live Friday. Again, my apologies for not sticking to, or I guess as consistent as I want to with these topic or with these live streams, you know. But again, the format going forward should still be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so that I'm not here this long talking about all these topics, or at the very least, not that they shouldn't be this long, but I can more thoroughly talk about things because they're divided properly. You know what I mean? So again, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. I might be doing some of them during the afternoon, contrary to the evening, because I'm actually taking these classes these days that I decided to go live in their evening classes. So that kind of is the reason why I actually went on late today. So going forward, it's either that I might still be going. I might just go on as late as I did today, again, due to the fact that I get out late from these classes, or if everything plays out right, I can actually go live during the afternoons before I go to my classes. But I'll keep you guys posted. And again, my bad for saying that I will go live and I don't go live. We're trying to get better at these things here. Again, this is a one man squad over here, one man production team, one man host team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm blessed when I have the homies hop on. That does definitely help out a lot. But this is like I said, street level productions. So offer me some grace, guys. But regardless, I do sincerely apologize. We will get things on track and on board and consistent and precise here at the Chop Shop as we keep building and growing. And again, guys, if there's anything you disagree with me on or agree with me on, let me know in the comment sections. Again, if you agree with me, cool. If you disagree with me, even better. I like conversations. I like having anybody who's ever seen me. Look, even in this last one, right? The homie went for Rousey. I went for Crown. I don't mind having difference of opinions, guys. We had a little difference on the Lakers, right? He said two games. I said one game. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? You guys seen it here before, even live. With certain guests, right? Like, I'm okay with differences. Please let me know in the comment sections if you again disagree, and I'll if I see it, and I'll try and maybe even touch on it the next episode. But again, that being said, guys, I appreciate those that did tune in and did watch. I appreciate those that were in the comment sections. My bad to those that I didn't see on IG and Facebook. But I appreciate you guys as well. Oh, wait a minute. Something just came in. Pinto said Ryan Garcia says his next fight will be in August against Conor Benn in Las Vegas. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to have it in Vegas. His name is Conor Benn. Conor's about to get blasted. Dang, wait, where was this? On Facebook, Twitter, or X? Where was this? Yo, that's like we just talked about this, right? This is the fight we want to see. Conor Benn versus Ryan Garcia. Now that's another fight to see. Yo, and it's in this year, August. Let's go. Boxing, like we said earlier, boxing's on the come up, man. It's coming back. Ryan's live. He's on a live stream right now. Well, look, there you go, guys. If you want to get happened when he was live. I thought he was live. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. Let's go. Boxing is it's coming back. Boxing is making a comeback. A lot of good fights coming up. A lot of good fights that's already taken place, but a lot of good fights coming up. But that one right there is another one. Zayas versus Boots is still my most anticipated fight that I want to see, but this is a close second. I'll tell you that much. So we're winning. Boxing fans are winning this year. I'll tell you that much. But anyways, I'm out of here, guys. I again appreciate you guys hopping on. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit that notification bell, make sure to share this, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more this grows, the more the community grows, the more we, the more we can possibly engage, and maybe the brother can actually see some funds coming in on this, and I can actually take them funds and put more into this, invest more, But take care, bro. You as well. Great episode. Thank you, brother. And it really was. Thank you for hopping on with me, brother. But anyways, guys, that being said, much love. God bless. And, well, I'll see you here Friday.
New era niggas just scream out gang gang. My era niggas outside that gang bang. Old enough to know niggas that made it onto gangland. I don't say that to grandstand, I'm just spitting the facts, man. New rappers too busy just making sing-alongs. More raps will have it going savage like the Viacom. You don't want the smoke, homie, then your weed is strong. Good to see you smoke along to that Cheech and Chong. Me and my team, we on the front line. Steady putting in work, homie, it's always crunch time. Hard times produce me, dog. This ain't a movie, it ain't WWE when I mention the bloodline. Homie, I want mine, that's why I move different. Y'all too laxy daisy, I keep myself disciplined. Repetition on repetition, training is rigorous. Only way to survive the streets that's dangerous and vigorous. Behavior villainous, leave no traces of witnesses. Moment of silence for the taking of all our innocence. Now back to business, somewhat of a practitioner, cause there's no shortcuts in life, no pills that make you limitless. That's ridiculous, far stuff from reality, like dudes that's licorice. Frame of thought is insanity, causing calamity if you actually watching and listening. Hope you catching out from the dudes that started visiting. How you missing it? Losing profits and dividends. The way your boys been cooking, they need to give me a Michelin. The bliss is ignorance, they don't like to mention them. They say we don't mention the bodies that's in Lake Michigan. Fucking hypocrites, I separate from the fakes. Run with a pride of lines, identify all the stakes. Hubris says they folly and catch on other mistakes. Matter of time before they're just another body that's in the lake. Navigate these troubled waters, won't choose my fate. My vision is too ambition, like Alexander the Great. Say there's much on my plate, but I carry my weight. Figuratively and literally, for all those who can relate. I never break, you never get me to fold. You never get me to leave, Chicago is still my home. But I carry my heat, this windy city is cold. Valentine's Day massacre, but was it really Capone? Face blown out of proportion, the different views of contortion. Use best proceed with precaution before you lie dead in a coffin. It's not a threat, that's a promise. Best quit talking your nonsense, your body could end up missing. Got your family claiming we lost them. Can't find them, bad time and he's flatlining. Good riddance, bit of negative to mankind. And I'm like Jack Reacher, the equalizer, John Wick, Jason Bourne, the accountant. Either one, you can take your pick. The damage I could do with my side weapon. John Wick with my P40 Smith & Wesson. Opposition lightweight, so I'm not threatened. I'm just glad about the hate that they keep sending. It's really easy talk that rah-rah on the internet. There's words to Zayas, I heard y'all ain't got your fingers wet. Don't get your cherry pop by the very op. We bust the real ones, got the heavy guap, you just carry prop. Bunch of these gangsters claim to be hard to the core, but they really not like women that claim to be faithful. But they really thought, act like they down, but when shit goes down, they call the city cops. Same fools think they know a lot, no dilly squad. Tired of all of this fake shit, with fake asses and fake tits. They fake smiles, but fake lips. Picasso looking with their facelift. What I call the good replacement, with the so-called real are the fakest. So the fakest niggas are the greatest. What was common sense no longer makes sense. What was common sense is now rare sense. What was funny then is now flagrant. Living in your thoughts, I don't pay rent. I take my time, you lack patience. Then your blood drip on the pavement. With a headshot, got you brainless. After getting hit with that stainless, kill instinct, call me craven.